more you feel, the deeper you should dive in. No judgment here, so be yourself, keep flying. The more you feel, the deeper you should dive in. No judgment here, so be yourself, keep flying. Show me how bright you shine. There is no limit to your light. Now is your only time. Come beyond the sky. There's no place to hide. There's no place to hide. Light up the sky. We're gonna fly tonight. Rise up, it's alright. There's no place to hide.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are. It is time for one thing, and that is PBE Baseball. Welcome, one, welcome all. It's a very exciting day today. We're going to be looking at the playoff race stream as we look to set in stone the playoff picture for season 26. I am your host, AJ887, and I am joined today by my wonderful co host, Moosey. How are you doing today, Moosey?
I'm ready for some chaos.
Chaos indeed. It's gonna be good. Uh, yeah, we got some really interesting situations right now. We've got the Champions East that is just in complete and utter chaos. uh, and then we've got seeding to deal with in the Legends of West, and also the Miners are in a fight for the last playoff spot. A few of the Miners teams. Uh, so we got a lot to deal with here today. I'm not laughing. What do you mean laughing at you, Hummus? I'm not laughing at you guys. What are you talking about? But yeah, this is gonna be a good one. I also got notified just before we went live here that Gustav Beauregard is 5 hits away from breaking the single season hits record, and is also .03 WAR away from the WAR record. So this is gonna be so we're gonna definitely have to keep an eye on Gustav Beauregard through these next few games.
I'm gonna
Uh,
have to keep a tally for that.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, we will. So we've got the little ticker going at the bottom, as hopefully you all can see, that will show the standings, and I will try to update that as frequently as I can. It won't be updated through the first few days because we're going to quick sim all, and I got a lot to get through today, so we're going to try and quick sim these first few days, and we won't update the ticker until we get to right before our first stream day on the 11th, which will be Detroit versus Sarasota. So we will take a look at those. We'll update the ticker when that right before that game happens for anyone that is tuning in late or just wants to have that constant update there. All right, so we're gonna go right ahead and get on into it. We have September 7th, which is finished from our stream on Thursday, showing both the majors and the minors are both complete. And we will go ahead and finish today, heading into September 8th, where there are no games in the majors, but there are a few games in the minors, and we will go ahead and auto sim those. And Moosey, do you want to take us through the first one?
Certainly. So the Swift Steeds will take a win at Louisville by a score of 5-3. Some notable hitters here. We got a couple of multi-hit days, most notably. I believe that is a 3 for 5 day by Blamo. A 3 for 4 day by Gump on the side of Louisville. Down to the pitching, Sylvia will take the win, their 5th of the season. Dirty with the hold, Singh with the save. Crimps will take the loss. McCoy with a blown save. And your player of the game is Pepe Sylvia.
Next up, we have the Dillos taking down the Bears 9-0 here. Dillos, one of those teams in the last race for that last playoff spot, and winning here in spectacular fashion. 3 hits each for Okamoto, Mo, and Barnold, and 3 RBI for McGee on the side of the Dillos. Brew City Bears have a couple of hits from Olson, Wolf, and Riley, but not much else. DeWright gets the loss, their 12th of the season for Brew City, while Huff takes the win for Amarillo, and will be your player of the game.
Well, Kingpins take a loss 3-1 against Firehawks, who need to win out in order to even have a chance at the 1 seed in their division. Chicago line 3 for 4 day for McCoy, 2 for 4 for Chovy. On the side of California, you have a 2 for 3 day with 2 runs and RBI by Bad and Bougie. Down on the pitching, Bell will take the loss, 3 earned in 6 innings. Smaxson will take the win. Thornbody will take the hold. Branson with the save. And Josh Smaxson will be your player of the game.
And the Kansas City Hepcats take down the Dynamos here, 14-1. Absolute slugfest for Kansas City, 23 hits. Dynamos had quite a few hits too, 12 of them, but could only manage 1 run. 5 hits at the top of the Kansas City order there for Santana Cruz, who also crossed the plate 4 times, and 5 runs knocked in for Count Dracula, the left fielder. Dallas had 3 hits from Kay Faraday and 2 each from McLaughlin and Spencer, but not much else going on there. Dirty Dog gets the loss for Dallas, unable to get out of the second, while Lincoln Birdwhistle gets their 13th win for Kansas City on the season. Santana Cruz, your player of the game, and ties the KC regular season game record for hits with 5.
And with this win, I believe that it could come down to the wire, but uh, Kansas City all but secures himself a bye in the first round of the playoffs.
Nice. We will absolutely. We'll take a look at the standings here in a second. We got
It's
one more.
very close. I still think there's a chance they miss, but
Yeah.
take some chaos. The Mounties will break a bit of a losing streak here, getting a win against Anchorage by a score of 7-4. They are also in the playoff hunt, trying to get that wild card spot. A 3-for-5 day by Bark Bark Woof Ruff, and a 3-for-3 day by Kyle Bryant. A couple of multi-hit days on the side of Anchorage, but couldn't get those runs across the plate. Down to the pitching, Kaimine will take the win, their 9th on the year. Throwing Bud will take the hold. Royd Walrus with the save. Chester French will take the loss, and Stand Up will be your player of the game.
I'll do it for the minors. Take a look at the standings as we continue through here. We already, I think we already knew that the Hepcats, Firehawks, Kingpins, and Lemurs were going to be in it here. And the Brew City Bears are 3 games up in the wild card. Amarillo is holding on to that second wild card spot with Kingston Mounties a game back and Swift Steeds 2 games back. So we will take another look at those as we continue down the line. Actually, hold on one moment. Yeah, you did mention that the Hepcats clinched their division. It looks like their magic number now. They have clinched the West Division. So congratulations to the Kansas City Hepcats.
They need Louisville to lose one of their final 5 games in order to clinch a bye in the first round. Because right now, only Chicago and Louisville have a chance of getting the 1 and 2 seeds, since the Firehawks have been taken down.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. So we're definitely gonna be.
Yeah.
We'll take a look at those.
California has a chance to get the 2 seed, but Hepcats are pretty close to locking up at least a bye.
Nice. All right, so we will go ahead and finish off September 8th, and we'll go ahead and quick sim through September 9th as well. So we'll auto sim these, and we'll start off with the Crabs taking down the Buffalo Surge here, 8-6. Close game. Surge made a stab at it in the 9th there. 3 hits for Law Jr., 4 hits for Finn Reese on the side of Buffalo. Ginsburg gets the win and the blown save for Providence. Crab gets the hold. Graves the loss for Buffalo. And Cloudera is your player of the game. 2 for 3 with 2 runs knocked in.
The Voyagers will take down OBX by a score of 8-4, powered by some Shu home runs. A 4-for-4 day with 3 runs and 4 RBIs for Tom Shu. Happy birthday, Shu. On the side of Outer Banks, a 3-for-4 day with 2 RBI for Linus Riverboat. There are a lot of home runs in this game. Pitching lines. Tokuyami will take a no decision here with the 6 strong innings with 3 earned runs. Whole Horse will take a win and a blown save. McFlorida Man will take the save. Domingo Pozo will take the loss, and Tom Shu will be your player of the game.
Happy birthday! Boise takes down the Vandals here, 6-2. Out hitting them 14-4. My goodness, Vandals Bastards were quiet today. Boise had a 4-for-5 game from Toot Blonde and a 4-for-4 game from Scary Terry. Chank Daly gets the win for Boise, while Matty Paul takes their 7th save. 2.2 innings of no-hit ball. Excellent work by Matty Paul. Amelia Takahashi takes their 14th loss for Vancouver, while Scary Terry gets the player of the game honors.
San Antonio will win against the Makos by a score of 6-3, scoring a lot of runs early in the game, only making things more complicated for the seeding in the Legends Conference. A 3-4 day by Revan Knox, a very notable hitter. All but one player on the side of San Antonio got a hit that game, though everybody reached base at least once. 2-4 day for Kane on the side of Maui. Down to the pitching. Michael Knightrider will take the loss there, 14th of the season, going 2.2 with 5 earned runs. Grier will take the win, Dugan with the hold, and Rodriguez Jr. with the save, and Billy Grier will be your player of the game.
Demons take down the Supernovas here 6-5. Close matchup between these two Champions East teams. 2 RBIs for Junie Panda and 3 for Io Torrent on the side of Sarasota. On the side of Detroit, 3 RBIs from Stanley Yelnats, who had a two-out double in the second, looks like. Probably attributed for a few of those runs. Let's see. Long gets a hole, and Diglett takes the loss in the blown save for Sarasota, while Striker Spin Rate gets the win for Detroit. Neither starter gained a decision in this one. Io Torrent is your player of the game with those 3 RBIs and a 2-for-4 day at the plate.
Indy keeps their lead on the division just barely with a win, 6-2 over Nashville. Big day at the plate for Zach Mouse, going at 2-for-4 with 3 RBIs. Jimbo Slice also with a 2-for-4 and an RBI. 3-for-4 day by Franco as well. Thomas Rose on the side of Nashville will have a 3-for-4 day. And Jason Buswell hitting a home run to get 1 hit and 2 RBI. On the pitching, Dogwood Maple will take the win. Barron will take that glorious 3-inning save. Kuramochi will take the loss, their 9th of the season, and Dogwood Maple will be your player of the game.
3-inning saves are pretty rare, I feel like, and that's a really good accomplishment.
Probably my favorite way to get a save.
Absolutely. Seattle will take down Cancun in a walk-off here. Walk-off run-scoring triple by Ian Fullman. Looks like 2-hit day for both Fullman and Adam Malott of the Sea Serpents. While Rogers knocks in the sole run for Cancun, being a solo shot in the 8th. Ryan Shu takes the loss for Cancun, while Jackson DeMarco blows the save on the side of Seattle, and Scoochie Dart will get the win. Danny Sullivan, though, is your player of the game with 6 shutout innings of work on the start for Seattle.
New Orleans just shows off their dominance, winning 10-0 against the Death Valley Scorpions. Despite that, a 3-for-4 day by Stretch McGibbon. On the side of New Orleans, Beauregard gets 2 hits. He's 3 away from that record. Valor with 3 hits and 3 runs. Cook going 2-for-3 with 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and 2 walks. Down to the pitching, Stephanie Morgan will take the loss, giving up 8 earned over 2 1/3.
Yikes.
Nakamura will give New Orleans 8 innings of shutout ball, and Hiro Nakamura will be your player of the game.
That's a tale of 2 starting pitchers right there. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. That's quite a difference there in performance on that day. Down in the minors, we will go ahead and auto-send these as well, and we'll see the Brew City Bears take down the Dillos here 6-1. 15 hits for the Bears. Almost everyone getting on board except for underrated the DH. On the side of Amarillo, only 4 hits. Not much of note there. Belle Delphine will take the loss for the Dillos, while Namie McNamerson will get the win for Bruce City, only giving up 1 run over 5.1, and will get the player of the game honors.
Wheelers try to mount a comeback against the Mounties, but will end up dropping 2-1. 2-for-2 day for Trey Marquis the 4th, and 2-for-4 day for Sanders. A 3-for-5 day by Bark Woof Ruff. Very just well-balanced day. For H, though, runs were not very common. Jansen Crenshaw will take the win. 7 innings, 1 earned. Walrus will take the save. Rizzo will take the loss, and Damian Jansen Crenshaw will be your player of the game.
And we will take a look over in California, where the Kingpins down the Firehawks 7-3. 2 RBIs for Barker of California, and Chicago will get 3 hits from Radiance Ham with an RBI knocked in. Crozier McCoy knocks in 2 as well. Mitch the T-Rex will get the win, improving to 10-4 in the season for Chicago, while Derek Rogers Jr. gets their 3rd save. And it's going to be Walter Thompson taking the loss for California here, and Crozier McCoy will get the Player of the Game award.
A walk-off extra innings victory for the Louisville Lemurs, trying to keep up with the Chicago in that division race by a walk-off double by Marcus O'Houlihan. On the hitting side, Johnson and Sportello both getting 2 hits, going 2-4 on the day. On the side of Louisville, a couple of multi-hit days for Myth, O'Houlihan, and O'Sullivan. Down to the pitching, of course, this one went extras. Both starters were out of the game by the 5th inning. Roxas will take the win, Singh with the loss, and Larry Sportello will be your player of the game.
And the last game of the minors for the 9th will be the Hepcats taking down the Dynamos 9-0, shut out. 3 hits for Pine on the side of the Dallas and 2 hits for Bruce, but the rest of the bats kind of fell asleep today for Dallas. Kansas City gets 2 RBIs from Radicus Scott and Bobby McDonald Jr., but 4 from Nigel Ortega, who has a 2-for-5 day at the plate. Schultz will get the win for Kansas City with 7 shutout innings, while Redacted takes their 12th loss. And Finn Schultz, with that performance on the mound, will be your player of the game. And that will do it for September 9th. We will go ahead and finish that off, and we will auto-sim to September 10th as well. This will be our last quick sim before our first game of the day. We'll go ahead and auto-play all these games, and we'll start with the Crabs and the Surge.
Crabs come back in a tight game to win it. What is that?
4-3.
4-3. A little blurry up there.
That's fine.
Yeah. A couple multi-hit games for Bjorn Svanberg and Cock. On the side of Providence, you have a 2-for-3 day with 2 runs and 2 RBIs by Julio Ruiz. Wendell Meredith picks up their 80th stolen base of the season. Absolutely insane. On the pitching side, both starters will take a no decision. Murley will take the win. Tachibana will take the save. Graves will take the loss. And Julio Ruiz will be your player of the day.
Outer Banks will down the Voyagers here 9-1. And 3 hits for Klausberg and Can, 2 each for City, Drachenberg, Halen, and Geist on the side of Outer Banks. New York has much less going on in the hitting side. Shu goes 2-for-3 with another solo shot in the 8th inning. And RJ Menard goes 2-for-3. Callaway Flowers takes the loss for New York, while Race Funk improves to 18-0 on the season. 6.1 innings of shutout work, striking out 10 and earning the player of the game nod, of course. Unbelievable.
Vandals will take another loss in their tight division race as the Raptors deal them a 10-2 loss. On the side of Boise, a strong day by Petra Saver and MVP candidate going 2-for-4 with 3 RBIs. Pluto going 2-for-4 with 2 runs and 2 RBIs. Vladimir Bodnar going 3-for-4 with 2 runs and 2 RBI. On the side of Vancouver, just 2 little multi-hit games by Shidermi and Andrews. On the pitching side, Waller will take the win, improving to even on the year. Paul with a save, going the beautiful 3 innings. Rogers will take the loss, and Vladimir Bodnar will be your player of the game.
And the Sloths will win against the Makos here in extras. It takes them 12 innings to do it. 13-12 is the final. Both teams' bats are alive in this one. 5 RBIs from Revan Knox, the DH of the Sloths, while Maui gets 4 runs knocked in by Peter Dawson Jr. and Wesley Nakaya on 3 hit days from both. Robert Mountain will take the loss from Maui, while Nolan Windsor gets the win in relief for San Antonio. That's a starting pitcher coming in for San Antonio. I don't think St. Brown is a starting pitcher for Maui, but lots of pitchers being used in this one with all these runs being scored. Jay Kane is the player of the game, while San Antonio will tie Stan Antonio will tie the Sloth's regular season extra inning game record for runs with 4. Jay Kane went 4 for 4, crossing the plate 3 times and walking 3 times as well.
Supernovas will win this game against the Demons 9-3. Keep their hopes alive in the division. Only 3 hits surrendered by the Sarasota pitching staff. One of those being a home run on the side of Sarasota. Multi-hit days by Crash Wagon, Bogaskew, and Panda. Down to the pitching, Galvin will take the loss in this one. Frederick Urquidez Garcia will take the win, going 8 2/3 with 3 earned. The man he goes deep into games with so many complete games this series, and Fog will be your player of the game.
Definitely one of the more reliable innings eaters in the PBE right now. Urquidez Garcia. Stars will take down the Apex here 5-1. See 3 RBIs from Crunk and 2 from Luongo on the side of Nashville. Apex has a 3 for 3 game from Dustin Parmalee with 1 RBI, and Dover goes 4 for 5 at the top of the lineup there. Dion will take the loss for Indianapolis. Max Miller will get the win, going 8 innings, giving up only 1 run, and will be your player of the game.
Ooh, close one here, the Tank Bowl. Serpents will beat the Toros by a score of 6-5. A 3 for 4 day by Wallaby Hickams, a 2 for 4 day with 3 RBIs for Chili Gravy. On the side of Seattle, a couple multi-hit games by Campbell, Dowd, and Winters. Down to the pitching. Benson will take the loss. Greg Maddox Jr. with the win. Higgins with a hold. At Straight Gas, Homie with the save. And Cedric Winters will be your player of the game.
And then the final majors game for the day will be the Rougarous taking down the Scorpions in a 14-1 fashion. And look at that. We said he needed 5 to do it, and he did it in only 2 games. Gustav Beauregard setting the PBE single-season record for hits here with these 3 hits in this one. 3 RBIs as well, so a great day to do it for Gustav Beauregard. 5 RBIs for Vidal Valor as well on the side of New Orleans. Death Valley gets their 1 RBI from Stretch McGibbon, and 2 hit days for Hodge, Benz, and Oram. Sims takes the loss for Death Valley, while Mazeroski gets their 13th win for New Orleans. And the player of the game on the day they sets the record is Gustav Beauregard. Well done to Casey. Head on down to the minors here to show that there are no games for the 10th, and we will finish off today. And before we actually go into the games, we're going to take a look at the standings here. And the big divisions that we're looking at here are the Champions East and the Legends West. Champions East, we have Apex in the lead still, Demons 1 game out, Supernovas 5 games out, and Nashville 8 games out. So that's actually exactly correct on the ticker, I think. So not much has changed there. Over on the side of the West, though, the Legends West will have a slight change, as both the Sloths and the Vandals are tied for the lead here. So I'll go ahead and make that change in the crawler. So we'll be keeping an eye on those two as we progress. San Antonio on a 6-game win streak, really looking to take down the Vandals here in this division. Both teams are guaranteed a playoff spot, but it's a question of seeding over there.
Yeah, one thing to note is San Antonio and Vancouver will finish the season playing against each other.
Yes. Yep. We got a 3-game set coming up.
There's a very possible chance of a game 109.
Oh god, I don't know if I can go through that again. I don't know if I can do that 2 seasons back to back. No. Oh, my goodness. Down in the minors, Bruce City Bears are 4 games up on that first wild card spot, while the Dillos and Mounties are now tied for the second wild card spot. So we'll go ahead and update that. And the Swift Steeds still in it with 2 games back as well. So not a whole lot of changes to the ticker here,
Yeah.
but a few key ones as we'll be looking at.
Mounties are
real fast.
heating up coming into the sim. They were 1-9 in their last 10 with a losing streak of 8 games.
Ooh.
So starting to pick it back up now as the pressure's on.
Yeah, no kidding. I didn't even know. I thought the Bruce City Bears had already clinched the first wild card spot, but they're a magic number of 1, so they just need.
They had a 99.9% chance of making the playoffs, so it is. I'm pretty sure it is still possible for them to botch this one.
Actually, 100% because I think the Dillos and the Mounties are playing each other. So
Ah,
in
Yep.
the last series, so no matter what, it looks like Bears are going to be making
congratulations,
the
Bruce
playoffs.
City, on making the playoffs.
Woo! You got that
Where's-
0.01%.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! And the Majors playoff chase, of course, the Sloths and Vandals, as we mentioned, 100% chance of making the playoffs. So we know the 4 teams over here, just don't know the seeding quite yet. Aviators will have that number 1 seed, but the 2 seed, I believe, up for grabs here in the West. Nashville's chances also slipping a little bit thinner here. Still in it, still a possibility, but it's going to be an uphill climb for them. I'll go to, let's see, so we're going to turn the BNN off, but we'll do that once we actually get onto the head-to-head screen. So the first game that we're actually going to be looking at 2 different games today, and those are going to be Detroit, Sarasota, and Indianapolis, Nashville. So we'll be taking a look at both of those Champions East games. And let me go ahead and turn the BNN off before I forget. I'll change that to. Okay. Okay. All right. So as we're looking at these, as we're looking at these head-to-heads for this very close divisional rivalry, actually fairly split on the head-to-heads. 5 Demons, 4 Supernovas, 1 tie in the cleanup position. What are you looking at here, Moosey? What's standing out to you between these 2 teams?
For me, it has to be the pitching. Molly Mitchell has done really well against Sarasota this year. 2-0 with a 1.40 ERA. Hasn't been the strongest year for Mitchell in recent past, but still a very, very good season. Torkelton has struggled in the past, but has put together a really good season. I think it comes down to the starting pitching here. The hitting is very close, but it's all about depth, and I think the Demons have just a little bit more depth.
Yeah, it's gonna be a close one here. I think, man, I don't even know. I don't know that I can call one side or another for for a prediction here. It's just too tough. But will the Demons get a crumb of sim luck? Will the Demons win, or will the Sarasota Supernovas win? That's the prediction. I don't know if I can if I would be able to make that prediction, but but all you in chat, if you want the chance at channel points, that's your opportunity to do so right there. Get your predictions in before it ends. I'm looking at like some of these batting matchups here. Not a lot of good hitters against Molly Mitchell for Sarasota. Like I'm seeing the highest is 229 for Red Arrow, which is still pretty low. So if Mitchell can really lock it in, and just deal against Sarasota, this might be difficult for the Novas to score enough runs to win here. We shall see. Will the Demons get sim luck? No, they lose is the consensus for the prediction. 98% of the votes saying that the Supernovas are going to win. 2% in favor of the Demons. So this will be a big payout if the Demons do win for the few people that did vote for the Demons. Only two people voting thinking for the Demons. So do you have a preference on which team you'd like to cast for when they bat, Moosey?
I can do Detroit. So I will take the top half of the innings. You can take the bottom half.
All right, so you're bringing us into game, and we will go ahead and start the game. And before we start, I'm going to try and get rid of this out-of-town scoreboard. Maybe.
You have to pause the game first.
I thought I did. Did I not?
Stack of paper. Ground ball to the shortstop. That'll be your first out. You have to hit escape.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
I did. There,
There
we
we
go.
go.
Okay.
Now we can just
Oops. There we go. Get that out of here.
now it's gone.
All right.
Bring up Victor Herrera. Ground ball to first baseman. Easy tap on the bag for that second out. Haywood Dinkle will strike out swinging. Pretty good start for Sarasota.
We are watching a second game today. That's why the BNN is off. Shoe. We'll start off with Red Arrow for the Supernovas against Molly Mitchell, and big swing and a big miss. Striking out on the fastball is Red Arrow, the best hitter on the Novas against Molly Mitchell. And Ace Carter will go down as well. That's back-to-back strikeouts now, with Junie Panda, the shortstop, due up here. Grounder to the first baseman and over to first. So a quick 1-2-3 inning as Mitchell makes short work of the top of the Novas order. 3 up, 3 down as we head to the top of the second now. Still no score at Sarasota.
We got Nicholson Dimes. Ground one to the second baseman. An easy throw for that first out. Bring up Scott Poe. He will strike out on a pitch inside. Bring up Stretch Armstrong. He's hacking over to third base. A strong throw will get him out. Another 1-2-3 inning by Port Torkelton.
Both teams' pitchers looking good here as we head to the bottom of the second with Molly Mitchell on the mound against Ianel Bogescu, who goes down on strikes on a 1-2 count. Fourth in the champions in RBI, Bogescu. Crashwagon with a liner right to center field. Stacking paper puts that one away, and Holding the Fart will go down on strikes as well. That's strikeout number 4 for Molly Mitchell in 2 innings, and the Supernovas again go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the second as we head to the third.
Got Danny B up to the plate, and he will drop one over to right field. That one will go all the way to the wall. He will be on with a lead-off double. First hit of the game for either side. Stanley Yelnats runner on second, nobody out. Checks the swing, did not go. He will take his base. Full count walk. So Joe Burrow, the hot hitter. A pop-up, center fielder ranges in. No chance for a tag on that one. And spend stack of paper, swings heavily into that one, striking out. They strand the lead-off double. Oh, that's a hit up the middle by Herrera. Danny B is coming around. They hit the cutoff man, and the Demons will score the first run of this game on Victor Herrera RBI single. Haywood Dinkle, ball into right field. It will drop in front of the fielder. Going first to third is Herrera. Yelnats will come in to score. It's 2-0. Here's Nicholson Dimes over to the first baseman. He will walk it to the bag himself to end the inning, but it is now 2-0 Detroit.
The first sign of either pitcher showing any kind of struggles here. And Mitchell will start to show a little bit here as Troy Dominic, the DH, will get a single into straightaway center. Io Torrent lines that right to the second baseman. Danny B takes care of that one. But this one's going to get away from the catcher, and Dominic will make his way to second. Jay Doctor, that's a fly out at stacking paper, diving catch. Will put that one away for out number 2. And Red Arrow will get that one past Danny B. Dominic headed for home. And safe at the plate, Arrow with an RBI single, scoring Dominic to put this game within 1. Ace Carter will draw a walk here against Molly Mitchell. Junie Panda with runners on first and second is going to go down on strikes, and that will be number 5 for Mitchell on the side of Detroit. Third inning's done. Sarasota does get 1 run here, and it's 2-1 as we head to the 4th.
Scott Poe up to the dish. He will strike out looking. Not a great day for Poe so far. We have Stretch Armstrong. A ball hit over the second baseman's head into right field. He will be on with a single. See if they will steal here. And he is off to the races. And he will be safe. Runner on second out for Danny B. Danny rolls it over to third base. No chance of the runner moving up on that one. Unproductive out. We have Stanley on that. A ball over into right field. It will drop in front of the fielder. Around comes Armstrong. He will head to the plate and he will be safe. The Demons get that run right back. RBI single by Stanley on that. Joe Burrow checks the swing, but it is strike 3 call. 3-1, Detroit going bottom of the 4th.
Sarasota needs to get some more runs on the board here. They're down 2, and Bogasque will go down on strikes. And it's the second strikeout of the day for Bogasque, and the 6th notched by Molly Mitchell. Crashwagon will go down on strikes as well, making it 7 strikeouts in almost 4 innings for the Detroit starting pitcher. Holding a fart. High fly ball into center field, but that's a fairly routine grab for Stacking Paper, and that will end the 4th with the score still at 3-1 in favor of Detroit.
Speaking of Stacking Paper, he is up to the dish. He will ground one over to shortstop. Make a strong throw to get that first out. Bring up Victor Herrera. He reaches outside for that one, but he will dish a single into right field. So Haywood Dinkle, Herrera is off to the races, and he will be in safely. Dinkle now, high fly ball. I assume the infield fly rule has been called there. Second baseman makes that put out. Nicholson dimes, drops it in front of the left fielder. Herrera is being sent around. They will hit the cutoff man, letting the runner score. Another RBI single by the Demons. So Scott Poe, he will strike out the 3rd time this game. They strand one, but the Demons get yet another run.
Demons bats looking good here. Troy Dominic will line out to the first baseman for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Io Torrent, line drive into right, caught by Yelnats. And Jay Doctor goes down on strike, so a very quick 1-2-3 inning for Molly Mitchell as they're looking solid through 5. Only had 1 spot of difficulty in the 3rd. Head to the top of the 6th now with Detroit up to bat again.
Dirk Diglett will be in the game. That's a fly ball by Armstrong, and that one will be gone. Dirk in the chat feels bad, man. Giving up a solo home run to Stretch Armstrong.
Oof.
Brings up Danny B. He'll drop one into right field all the way to the wall into the corner. He will round second, but a strong throw by Bogasque will get him out at 3rd. Tried for extra bases, but couldn't beat that throw. Fly ball to right field by Yelnats. Brings up Joe Burrow. He'll pop one up catcher, ranging over, but the 3rd baseman will take that one.
We head to the bottom of the 6th now. Sarasota now down 4 runs to Detroit. Red Arrow will lead off this inning, though, with a single. That's a good way to start it off. Ace Carter grounds it to the shortstop, but is bobbled. Armstrong unable to come up with it, and that will be ruled as an error. But Armstrong will recover for the next batter as he turns 2 on Junie Panda. 6-4-3 double play, and that one is almost gone. That must have gone off the wall. Ian Bogasque with a triple, and an easy one at that. No doubt they were safe there, and that's going to be an RBI as well, scoring Red Arrow. Runner 90 feet from the plate, but Carlos Crashwagon will strike out to end the inning. Sarasota does score a 2nd run here in the bottom of the 6th, but they need a whole lot more to catch up to Detroit.
Top of the order as Tristan Leung will come into the game. Stacking Paper, ball hit all the way to the wall in the left field. Slides in with a lead-off double. Brings up Victor Herrera. Strike out swinging to the reigning pitcher of the year and MVP. Haywood Dinkle,
Ooh.
a drive into center field, but a dive by Doctor potentially save a run. Nichols and Dimes will strike out. Nothing comes of that lead-off double.
Great sliding catch there by J Doctor in center. It's going to be holding the first up, and it's going to beat out an infield single. That's going to be a runner on first now for Troy Dominic as striker spin rate enters the game. Dominic goes down on the strikeout, while Io Torrent will fly that ball into left field. Easy can of corn for the left fielder Dimes. J Doctor will go down on strikes though, and that runner will be stranded at first as we head to the top of the 8th, still 5-2 in favor of Detroit.
Young's working in their second inning of work. Scott Poe, a fly ball into left field. Routine catch. Or far out there. Brings up Stretch Armstrong, who had that solo home run. He will be pitched out. He will get himself a walk. And he's off and running. A good strong throw, but he will be safe. Danny B up. He will strike out looking. A good pitch by Leon. Brings up Yelnats. Another strikeout looking. Young holding things down. Has stopped the bleeding. Giving Sarasota a chance to come back.
And they will need that chance. They got 6 outs to do it. Make it 5 as the red arrow flies out to straightaway center. Ace Carter is going to get that one past a diving Stretch Armstrong for a single into left. Junie Panda, the shortstop, due up now with a runner on first and 1 away. And that's going to be a walk on a full count. You can't let that one get away from you if you're striker spin rate. Bogescu, high fly ball into right center, and the center fielder will take care of it. Running for third is Carter, and he is safe at third. Runners at the corners now with 2 away for Carlos Crashwagon. However, a routine fly ball to the right fielder. Yelnats will put this one away. We're headed to the top of the 9th. Sarasota will have one more shot at it in a few.
Bill the Hill comes in. See if Detroit can get some insurance. A nice strikeout there to start his appearance. As Joe Burrow goes down, the lineup will turn over. We have Ben stacking paper. Having a half decent day over to second. To first, there's the second out. Up steps Victor Herrera. Ball dribbles in front of the plate. A good throw by the catcher. Sarasota, 3 outs, 3 runs to tie, 4 to win. Let's see how it plays out.
It's a tough one to fight into. Striker spin rate back to the mound, and holding the fart will make their presence known already at second base by the time the relay throw comes in. Double to lead off the bottom of the 9th. Thomas Palmer enters the game against Troy Dominic, who goes down on strikes. It's going to be Io Torrent now with 1 away and a runner in scoring position. No, a strikeout as well. Thomas Palmer now starting to deal with back-to-back strikeouts. J Doctor, the last hope for Sarasota, and Thomas Palmer strikes out the side on 3 straight batters to end this one. 5-2 is the final. Detroit wins it. Hummus's brother taking down Hummus's team in the bottom of the 9th, shutting the door on the Supernova's shot at winning this one. 2 hits for Red Arrow and 2 hits for a fart. Oh, sorry. What was that, Moosey?
Can't wait to see this payout. 98% said Detroit would lose.
Oh, my goodness. I forgot all about the prediction. But there you go. To the 2 that voted for Detroit, congratulations. You're going to be getting quite a bit of payout there. Oh my goodness, there's the box score for the game that we just watched. Mitchell getting the win, Torkelton the loss, Molly Mitchell the player of the game. 6 innings, only giving up 1 earned run. Thomas Palmer gets that save, shutting the door on Sarasota's day. We're going to be taking a look at one more game today. It's going to be the Apex versus the Stars, the other Champions East rivalry here. And looking at these head-to-heads, despite Apex having a better record than Nashville right now, Sim seems to favor Nashville. 6 positions in the lineup as well as the pitcher leaning towards the Stars, while only 3 leaning towards the Apex. What are you looking at here, Moosey? What's anything standing out to you while we get this prediction going?
Right now, it has to be the two hot hitters, Jason Buswell and Zach Mouse. If you look at their records against the opposing pitchers, Buswell has had a lot more success against Dangley than Mouse has had against El Charo. Both of them have really hot bats. Mouse having the better season. We'll see if he can take this to face down a pitcher who has owned him in the past. Indy is a sneaky lineup. They may not look dominant on paper, but they've been leading this division for what seems like weeks now. Sim is on their side. Let's see if they can keep this one rolling.
It's gonna be an interesting one here. I'm looking at a few batters that are actually doing pretty well against the opposing pitcher. Brandon Fry, Jason Booswell, both with really high batting averages in decent sample sizes against Doug Dangley. While on the reverse side, it looks like Dustin Parmalee having a 353 batting average against Lucky Ocharo, maybe a smaller sample size than some of the other batters that we were looking at, but still pretty decent at 6 for 17 with a home run off of the Nashville starting pitcher. So it's going to be an interesting one to see here. I'm hoping that we can get a prediction going in the chat. Let's see.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Another
asking for. Oh, sorry. Go on.
another thing to note, both pitchers a lot of strikeouts, not a lot of walks. It's all about getting balls in play. They're not going to give you that free pass.
Yeah, very true. A lot of people asking for BNN. I did put it back on, so we have BNN going in the background. We'll get that out of town scoreboard up on the screen for you as soon as we actually get into game. But yeah, looking at those two starting pitchers, you're mentioning the strikeouts and walks. High strikeout per nine for both of them, 8.7 for Dangley and 8.1 for Lucky Alcharo, with only 2.3 walks per nine and 1.9 walks per nine for those two. So definitely going to be a lot of strikeouts and not a lot of free passes if these two starters go deep in the game. Not seeing a prediction, so maybe we get a later game prediction if someone is available to do it. We got a lot of games. Oh, here we go. I was gonna say we got a lot of games going today.
Who will
So
win? A pretty basic one.
yeah, but also a pretty difficult one with these two teams.
Oh yeah.
Champions East has been notorious over the past
Ms.
couple of seasons.
Obvious throwing down the gauntlet. 74,675 channel points on Indy. Going all in.
Oh my god. Well, that would be a big payout for anyone who roots for the Stars if the Stars do win this. But my goodness, miss, that's a lot of faith in their team, which is good.
I just saw that bar shoot up and I just, oh jeez.
Oh my goodness.
Shoe put down, I think it was like 2,000 or 3,000 on Nashville, so this will be a fun one.
Submissions are closed. Apex at 69%, while the Stars are at 31%. Even split on the people that are voting, though. 10 people voted for Apex, 10 for Stars. So a little bit more of a payout for the Stars if they do win.
Ooh, interesting.
But
Interesting note, Miz.
yeah.
If Indy wins, Nashville is out. There goes that 3.3%.
Oh yeah. So this is a big game for Nashville. This is do or die situation right here. All right. So do you have a preference on whether you want to take Indy or Nashville for the for at bats?
I'll take Nashville, you know.
Okay.
Take the two underdogs prediction wise. See if I can go
Alright.
2 for 2.
All right.
Getting people a big payday.
So we will go ahead and bring us into game. That means I'll be starting us off with the Apex at bat. I'm going to try and pause this real quick so we can get the BNN out of town scores going. Game, please. We'll start off with Dover, though, with a high fly ball into center field. So that's the first out of the game here. We'll get this. Oops. Get this out of town scoreboard up here. That should be good. And we are good to continue on. 1 out in the top of the first for the Apex. Zach Mouse, the left fielder, up to bat here, and that's going to be a extra base hit, as that's going to get down between the right fielder and the center fielder. Double for Zach Mouse, and Indy already has a runner in scoring position for Dustin Parmalee, who will also get a base hit. That's going to be at least a single. He looked like he was headed for second, but not quite. Mouse on his way home will be safe at the plate, and that's going to be a 1-0 lead for the Apex. Parmalee knocking in Zach Mouse. Jimbo Slice up now with 1 out and a runner on first, and that's going to ground into a 5-4-3 double play. Very clean and routine double play there, turned by Nashville. But Indy does get a run here on the RBI single by Parm as we head to the bottom of the first.
Leadoff hitter Thomas Rose steps up to ground one over to the shortstop, who makes a great throw. For out number 1, Cade Munson, he will strike out swinging against Dangley. Bring up Brandon Fry. Another strikeout by Dangley. We did mention high strikeouts, low walks type pitchers on the mound. They are showing their best stuff today.
Speaking of the pitchers, Lucky Alchara takes back to the mound against Johnny Tsunami, the center fielder, and strikes him out on the 2-2 pitch. Sinker ball dealing the killing blow there as Tsunami heads back to the bench. Sailor Twift now up, and that's a high fly ball into right center field. That one's gone! Sailor Twift, the second baseman, is going to launch that one 420 feet from home plate to add to the Apex lead. 2-0 now is the score, and Nashville needs to come back here. This is the do or die game for them. They need to. They're going to need to score some in the bottom halves of these innings. Jody Quinn will go down on strikes against Lucky Ocharo, and it's going to be Wonder Franco due up for Indy here, and that's going to be a 4-pitch walk drawn by Wonder Franco. Eagle Eyes, the DH, is going to go down on strikes, and that's going to end the top of the second, but not before Apex improve their lead to 2-0 on the solo shot by Sailor Twift.
Ends up hot hitter Jason Buswell. Skies one, center fielder ranges in, makes an easy catch. That first out. Zach Johnson up. He will strike out on a good inside pitch by Dangley. Brings up the rookie Bangu Lago. Pitch outside. He will take a full count walk. Brings up Jebediah Crunk. A ball tap pitcher over to first. Always gets a little scary when pitchers have to field. It was a good throw by Dangley to keep runners off the base.
Apex up now in the top of the third. At the top of their order, Dover going to go down on strikes for the first out of this inning. Zach Mouse due up, already 1 for 1 with a double today. Grounder to third, over to first, and it is a error. I am assuming that one unable to get the job done. That's going to go as a throwing error, it looked like, on the third baseman, Booswell. Parmalee goes down on strikes. Runner second, 2 outs for Slice, who will get the infield single as Mouse takes to third. Now runners on the corners with 2 away, and another base hit here for the Apex. Johnny Tsunami with an RBI single, extending the Apex lead to 3 now. 3-0 is the score. 2 outs, runners on the corners, but Sailor Twift will ground out here, not getting the back-to-back home runs in in subsequent at-bats, but Apex improving their lead 3-0 here.
Bottom of the lineup coming up, Jimmy Smith pops one up, shortstop calls for it. Brings up BJ Foe, pop up third base side. He will range back outside the infield to make that catch. Brings up Thomas Rose. Ground ball to the pitcher. Good throw again by Dangley over to first base. Another 1-2-3 inning.
It's going to be Quinn, Franco, and Eyes due up here against El Charo. Quinn with a base hit into right field. That'll be a single to start the inning off for Indy. Wonder Franco will follow suit with a single into center. Quinn advances to third, so we got runners in the corners with nobody out for Eagle Eyes, who's going to ground into a fielder's choice. Bendover get a single into center field. Now we got runners on first and second. as Indy extends their lead now. RBI single by Ben Dover, improving the score to 4-0. Zach Mouse pop fly into shallow right center field. The second baseman Rose will range back for that one to make the grab. And another fielder's choice, this one grounded into by Parmalee, will end the inning, but not before the Apex score their 4th run in 4 consecutive innings here.
There's a Cade Munson. He take a walk on a full count. Dangley's been pretty efficient. Brandon Fry, fly ball into left field. Good catch. Runner will not move up. There's a Buswell. A nice strong swing, but he will swing right through it. It's the 4th strikeout of the day for Dangley. Zach Johnson, ball into center field. Runner does not think about going to third with that arm out there in center field. A little bit of hit and run action going on here. But a pop out second baseman end that inning.
Indy's bats are definitely more alive than Nashville's here. 8 hits to 1. However, the bats are asleep for this at bat as Lucky Ocharo racks up their 6th strikeout, this one against Jimbo Slice. Giant Tsunami will stand in and will draw a walk. Runner on first with 1 away, and there he goes for second. Out in time. Catcher Cade Munson guns down Tsunami at second, and then Ocharo rings up Twift on the strikeout to end the inning. Apex have their first inning without a run here in the top of the 5th.
Crunk, fly ball, center field. Center fielder is going back on it. Will just dive right at the warning track. Jimmy Smith, left fielder, ranging over. Will take that one easily for the second out. There's a foe. All over to the first baseman, but it bounces right off of him. That will be an error. But no matter. Shortstop Twift, or Frank. I keep forgetting where people play.
It's going to be Quindu up here for the Apex. And it's going to ground out to Thomas Rose. Wander Franco up now with 1 away and the bases empty. Fly out down the left field line, taken care of by Brandon Fry. Eagle Eyes will go down on strikes in a quick 1-2-3 inning for Lucky Ocharo as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Nashville needs to start making some of these runs up. 4-0 Indy.
There's a Cade Munson strikeout. Dangley's been pretty efficient so far. Could go pretty deep into this one, only having surrendered that 1 hit and a couple of walks. Fry will take a walk. It's the 3rd walk given up today by Doug Dangley. It brings up Buswell. Buswell pop up. Second baseman will easily grab that one. I'll bring up Johnson. Zach Johnson over the shortstop to second baseman. They go for easy way to get that 3rd out.
Right into the top of the 7th now with the top of the Apex order coming up. And you know I'm keeping an eye on that town scoreboard for the other games. It looks like Boise and Maui are both up 3-1 in their respective games as Dover draws a walk. Zach Mouse will fly out to center field, and with a runner on first and 1 away, it's going to be Dustin Parmalee. High fly ball into left center field. Left fielder Brandon Fry will take care of that one. 2 away, runner on first for Jimbo Slice, who's going to ground out to third to end the inning. So the Apex do get a base runner, but can't do anything with them as they go down in succession after that leadoff walk. It's time for the stretch as we head to the bottom of the 7th. 4-0 Indy.
Doug Dangley still working on this one. Bangulongo will get an infield hit. Pitcher couldn't quite get there in time. I'll bring up Crunk. Crunk over to the first baseman. This time the pitcher will get there in plenty of time to get that first out, but the runner does move to second. Bit of a dribbler to the shortstop. Can't pick it cleanly. It'll be an infield hit. Ball over to second, to short, to first. A double play. No runs coming across despite getting a few on that inning.
It's going to be Giant Tsunami due up here for Indy as they look to extend their lead in the top of the 8th. Drawing a walk is Tsunami. And he'll take off for second on the wild pitch. Sailor Twift now with a runner in scoring position. That is a ground ball down the line all the way out into right field. And Twift is going to be safe at second. Looked like they almost had a play at second if the relay throw actually came out of the glove, but nothing doing there. RBI double for Sailor Twift Jody Quinn will ground out as Twift advances to third. One away runner on third. And Wonder Franco will get a base hit and an RBI. That's going to be a double for the shortstop of the Apex, scoring Sailor Twift. Apex now up 6-0 as Eagle Eyes will ground out to short. And that will be out number 2 here in the top of the 8th. Dover, high pop fly, but the catcher is going to take care of that one. Munson putting that one away. So 6-0 now Apex as Nashville has 6 outs to make up 6 runs.
We'll start with the top of the order. Thomas Rose. That's a fly ball over into right field, and that baby is gone. First mistake by Dangley is a solo shot by Thomas Rose in the bottom of the 8th. Ooh.
Wow.
They keep Dangley in to face Munson. Munson will pop one up. Both infielders ranging in. Shortstop will take it away. They will go to the pen. Hank McDank facing Brandon Fry. Over to the third baseman. A real quick exchange to get it over to first in time. Buswell will take a walk. 2 outs now. Runner on for Zach Johnson. Zach Johnson will drop one into right field. Buswell will stop at second. Won't even try to attempt third. Is that Lulango? Oh, third baseman picks it, but he holds onto it for fear of making a misstep. Immediately pulling McDank. We go to you need to calm down. And a line shot to first baseman will end that threat. But shutout is gone. Nashville has 3 outs to come back into this one.
It's CJ Rulo for the Stars, and they're entering their 3rd inning of work here against Zach Mouse, who will lead off with a single. Dustin Parmalee now, runner on first, and that is a diving catch by Zach Johnson in center field. Unbelievable play. And Mouse headed for second, and will make it there safely with the stolen bag. Jimbo Slice, fly ball into right center field, taken care of by Johnson. Now we have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Johnny Tsunami, who's going to lace that right to the first baseman for an unassisted ground out. 6-1 Apex over the Stars as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Nashville getting their last shot at the season right here.
Let's calm down in to try to finish this one off. He gets Jimmy Smith swinging over a pitch for the first out. Bottom of the 9th. I'll bring up Foe, cold hitter. We'll pop one up. Center fielder will range in and make the catch. Down 2 outs. We turn the lineup over. It's Thomas Rose. And he will strike out. As Indy will win this one 6-1.
Wow. Nashville is out of it now. We take a look at the box score. 2 RBI for Sailor Twift on the solo shot and the double. Dangley getting credited for the win to calm down with save, and Lucky Alcharo gets the loss for Nashville. Doug Dangley is your player of the game, 7.1 innings, only giving up 1 run. And that will do it for Nashville's season. We'll take a look there at the standings. It doesn't actually show them as eliminated yet, though, which is interesting. I wonder if that won't happen until we advance the day, maybe? Or were we wrong? I don't know. Oh, they're not out. Oh, I thought someone told me that Nashville was eliminated. All right. Well, as we head around the rest of the league.
If Sarasota would have won, I'm pretty sure they would have been out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they can't win the division, but wild card is still there. Pretty sure.
Gotcha. Okay. Sarasota won, they would have been out. Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Moosey, you want to take us through the first game here?
Absolutely. Quite an extra innings battle here, as the Surge will win this one in 12, scoring 3 runs in the top of the 12th, with both teams scoring 2 in the 11th inning. Surge will win 9-6. A bunch of 3-hit games by the top of Buffalo's batting order with Meredith, Finn Reese, and Svanberg, with 3 RBIs coming off of the cleanup hitter Taters. On the side of Providence, Law Jr. will take a 3-for-5 game with them. 2 for 6 with 2 runs and 2 RBIs for Louise as well. Down to the pitching in an extra inning effort. Daring will give the Crabs a strong 7 1/3 with 2 runs, 1 earned. Bullpen gets a little bit beaten up with Crab taking a blown save. Bones will take the win on the side of Buffalo. Tachibana will take the loss. And FR Finn Reese will be your player of the game.
Voyagers take down the Outer Banks Aviators here 4-1. 1 RBI from Drachenberg, 2 each from Kuntz and Tom Shu. Sievert will get their 10th win of the season, 7 innings, 1 run given up. Cleus McFlorida Man gets their 7th save, 2 innings of shutout ball for them. Walker Cato takes their 8th loss on the season, and Regnaleb Sievert will be your player of the game.
Boise wins another one, taking another game off of Vancouver by a score of 3-1. Westfall and Blonde with 2 hits apiece. Westfall with 2 runs and Blonde with 2 RBI. On the side of Vancouver, Lodge with a 2-for-4 day. Only RBI coming off of the bat of Shidermi. On the pitching side, Lucas will take the win. 8 innings, 1 earned. Riddle will take the save. Johnson will take the loss, 6 2/3, 3 earned, and Andrew Lucas will be your player of the game.
Sloths take down the Makos 6-3 and will take the sole lead of the Legends West. 2 RBI for Acuna Matata on side of the Sloths. 2 hits each on the side of the Makos for Stein, Dawson Jr., Nakaya, and Harwell. Rayner gets the win for San Antonio. Bolt Jr. gets the hold. King George III with the save. Scotty Omega the loss on the blown save for Maui, and John Rayner will be your player of the game. We watched both of these games for the Champions East, so we're headed down to the Champions West to take a look at the other two.
Toros get one on Seattle by a score of 5-4. Oh man, tight on the. It is a tight race for the bottom of that division. Rogers and Kalian both with 2 hits on the day. A very strong effort by both teams' bats. Multiple hit days by Milo, Dowd, and Fullman. On the pitching side, look at me. I took a win. 6 innings, 4 earned. Gunk with the 3-inning save. 3 innings, nothing given up there. Balls will take the loss, and Steve Rogers will be the player of the game.
All right, and the Rougarou take down the Death Valley Scorpions on the back of a 10-run 8th. My goodness. They were already down a run. You didn't have to do it to them like that. 3 RBIs for Gustav Beauregard, adding to that single season hit record with a 3-for-5 day. Death Valley has a 2-for-4 day for Elliot Alderson, but not much else. Herbie Farnworth getting a loss. James Pleasance getting their 10th win in relief, which is impressive for New Orleans. Aiden McDougall, though, is your player of the game. 6.2 innings, giving up only 1 run and striking out 11. So we head down to the minors here. Moosey will take us through the first one.
Kansas City will continue their streak of dominance and will secure a bye in the first round of the playoffs by a score of 9-5 victory over Dallas. 3 for 6 day by Slokening, Scott, Barry, McDonald Jr., Dracula, and Justice, each going with 2 hits, and Batista going 3 for 5 with 2 runs and 2 RBIs. Lots of hits in this one. 18 on the side of Kansas City, 15 on the side of Dallas. Just couldn't get the runs to come across. On to the pitching. Smoltz will take the win. Sexy will take a hold. Belcher will take the loss. Vladimir Batista, your player of the game.
Kingpins down the Firehawks here, 5-1. The 1 RBI from California coming from Encarnacion. While 2 RBIs of the 5 from Chicago coming from Crozier McCoy on a 1-for-4 day. Brusdar Lemonade gets the win for Chicago, while Gristle McThornbody takes the loss for California. And Brusdar Lemonade is your player of the game. 7 innings, giving up only 1 run.
Brosdar in your area. Louisville will take a 6-3 victory over State College, having scored 5 of their 6 runs in the latter half of this game. 2 for 4 day by Eshelman and Obermuller, with 2 RBI coming off the bat of Sportello. On the side of Louisville, a 2 for 4 day by Myth, multiple RBIs coming off the bats of Burrow and McGee. On to the pitching. Both starters will take a no decision in this one. Singh will take the loss, giving up 3 unearned runs. Oof. Triplett will take the win and a blown save. Roxas will take the actual save, and Armando Velasquez, the starter for Louisville, will be your player of the game.
.1 innings, 3 unearned runs. Blame your defense for that one. 7-2, the Wheelers will take down the Mounties here. 3 for 5 day for stand up, 3 for 4 for Yuppers on the side of Kingston. Anchorage will get a 4 RBI game by Trey Marquis the fourth, which is more than likely a bases clearing double. It looks like they had that. They had the bases loaded double in the 7th inning off of Todoroki, who will take the loss for Kingston. Taylor gets the win for Anchorage, while Dog gets a hold and Shigeno gets their 14th save. Brian Taylor is your player of the game. 6 innings, 2 runs given up on 6 hits, and 4 walks for Anchorage on the start.
And rounding out today's slate of minors games, the Brew City Bears walk it off with a grand slam by Underrated off of Kartoppelhauser. Woo! 12 hits on the side of Brew City, 3 of which coming off the bat of McGruff. 2 for 5 Dane with 4 RBIs in the winning hit by Underrated. On the pitcher side, Mrazek will get charged with most of those runs, taking the L. Goozer will take the win with 2.2 innings of no-hit ball. Hunter Havoc, the starter for Brew City, giving them 6 1/3 and 1 earned, will be your player of the game.
And that, I believe, will actually have an impact, that being the Brew City Bears clinching a spot in the playoffs for the first time. Well done, Brew City. It is now official, even though you had a 100% chance of making the playoffs a second ago. But well done indeed. Brew City Bears headed
Danny,
to the
you
playoffs.
can break out the rye bread and mustard. That was a walk-off grand slam, and you made the playoffs for the first time in franchise history. So congratulations to Danny and Jabs.
There you
City
go.
Bears.
Taking a look at the standings for the majors, as I mentioned previously, San Antonio Sloths are now in the lead on their own in terms of the Legends West. And the Champions East, let me get rid of the drop down there.
So, with how few games left we have, 3 games left, Sarasota faces Nashville. Nashville has to win all 3 games to force a game 109.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Everything is still up in the air. It's absolute chaos, and I am here for it.
Wow. Apex magic number at 3 for clinching the division and the number 2 seed.
Oh, there could be multiple insane games because Detroit and Indy play each other. So if Detroit wins 2, then it's just insane. That division is crazy. Glad I'm not in there.
All right, so that will bring us to the 12th then, which I believe is a off day for the majors. We're going to go ahead and finish off today. And looking at the scores, it is indeed a off day for the majors, but we do have some minor games, and we are going to auto sim these. But we are getting into the next 3 days is going to be the real bonkers stuff.
Apparently, the Dillas Mounties was apparently a really serious.
Well, they're tied, so it's neither one are going to get eliminated here. So
we'll have to watch the next couple of games.
Go ahead and
also, I have something to note. Uh, with his performance today, Rafael Dalcott has set the single season ERA record.
Wow. That's awesome.
The previous record was 2.05, and he finishes off with a 1.82. So,
Well done,
congratulations, my
Rafael
boy.
Dalcott. We'll take a look at that when we get to the Wheelers Kingpins game, but we will start off with the Swift Steeds over the Bears here 4-3. 4-for-4 day for Jimmy Blamo and 2 RBIs for Dordovic on the side of State College. 2-hit day for Werewolf on the side of Bruce City. Will Millis takes the loss for the Bears while Pepe Sylvia gets the win, and Look What You Made Me Do, I always mess that name up, gets their first save of the season. Jimmy Blamo, your player of the game.
Ooh. The Hepcats will shut out the Firehawks 5-0 behind a great start by Glenn Davies, who is, as Mike would have said, on fire recently. Only 4 hits amassed for the side of California, both coming from the top 2 hitters, Bucci and Encarnacion, both getting 2 hits themselves. On the side of Kansas City, multi-hit days for Cruz, Slocum, and Batista, with multi-RBIs coming out the bats of Dracula and Ortega. On the pitching side, Grimes will take the loss, 6 innings, 2 earned. Davies with a win. They're 11th on the season, 7 innings, no earned runs, 3 hits, a walk, 6 strikeouts. Big Sexy will take the hold, and Glenn Davies will be your player of the game.
Kingpins over the Wheelers here 7-0. Out hitting them 11-3. 3-for-4 day for Hudson Lane with 3 knocked in near the top of Chicago's batting order. Anchorage will get 3 hits all day, 1 from Mann, Kropotkrasov, and Sanders each, but nothing else. As we mentioned, Rafael Dalcott, stellar win for Chicago, improving to 15-3, and that ERA at 1.82 will be record-setting. You mentioned, right?
Yep. The previous record was held by Chloe McCarthy with a 2.05 ERA, so
Nice.
he absolutely shattered it.
Well done to Rafael Dalcott. 6.1 innings of shutout ball, striking out 9 and getting the player of the game award honors. Huncho Gusto gets tagged with the loss for Anchorage, but that day is all about Rafael Dalcott. Well done.
But they can't sleep soundly tonight as the Lemurs will win 5-1 over the Dynamos. Monster days for Ramirez and Gump. Ramirez going 3-for-4 with a run and 2 RAs, and a 4-for-5 day by Forrest Gump. Other multi-hits include McGee, Batter, and Myth. Only 4 hits amassed by Dallas, though one of those being a solo shot by Juice Bruce. Down to the pitching. Schnappy will take the win, 6 innings, 1 earned. Roxas with the hold. Derek Yeater will take the loss, 1 inning, 2 earned. Stefano Schnappy will be your player of the game.
And the big series that we're going to be watching potentially over the next couple of days and monitoring with great interest, the Mounties take down the Dillos here 8-1, and will take the lead for that second wild card spot. Let's see. So we will definitely be watching this game on the 13th. 3-for-4 day for Hieronymus Flex on the side of Amarillo. 1 run knocked in by Fiddle McGee, excuse me. Kingston will get 3 RBIs on a 3-for-5 day from Farting House and 2 from Rob Cena Jr. Ren Kagamine gets their 10th win on the season for Kingston. 8.2 innings of 1-run ball. Excellent outing by Kagamine. Nini takes their 14th loss for Amarillo, and Rin Kagamine will be your player of the game.
Kingston and the starters go in like 8+ innings. Name a better duo.
No kidding. And that will do it for the 12th. So we do have a few games to look at here. So Nashville, we're going to look at...
Nashville, Sarasota, and then Kingston, Amarillo.
Yep, those are the two that we're taking a look at.
It's the big games today. So.
Yeah. So this is Nashville's last shot at it. If they lose here, they're out. I feel more confident saying that now this game than the previous game. And then the Amarillo Kingston game is an elimination game for the Dillos. If the Kingston Mounties win that one, Dillos are out. Mounties are in the big show. Um, so we're looking at 2 elimination games here for the Stars and the Dillos. BNN we will turn off. I'm going to go into the head-to-head here, and we'll go ahead and turn that off so that we can make sure that we watch that Dillo and Kingston game. So BNN is off. We're looking at Nashville versus Sarasota, and hopefully we can get a prediction going in the chat here. And as we're looking at these two teams, once again, despite Sarasota having the better record than Nashville, the sim favors Nashville in the head-to-heads here, 6-3 with one tie in the 8th position. Anything standing out to you here, Mbusi? What are we looking at?
Well, both pitchers have absolutely struggled against these lineups this year, both having just insane ERAs over 6.5 apiece. Biggest thing here is kind of the small sample size, guys. A lot of these guys on the side of Nashville have hit Laguse really well in their career, most notably Pongo Lulango having a 571 batting average with a home run. Johnson has also done really well, same with Thomas Rose, both batting over 400 against Laguse. It's just for Nashville, it's about the timely hitting and getting runs across. This is do or die, and we all want a little bit of chaos. Because I really want to see Hummus sweat it out as we go to game 108. And he's the starting pitcher, and he has to win that game.
Oh,
so
man.
everybody would love to see that because Hummus would freak out the chat. And, we all love just watching the commissioners sweat just a little bit.
I know I would love to see that. But you mentioned Thomas Rose at the top of the Nashville order with a 425 against Laguse. They're also one of the best hitters on Nashville as well, like 303 with 846 OPS. This could be a really big game for Thomas Rose. Like having a good season against a favored pitcher. He's the bat to keep an eye on if I'm a Nashville fan and I'm looking for someone to really come in clutch for them. On the side of Sarasota, I'm looking at holding the fart with a 351, 6 home runs against Taylor Johnson. So those are two bats to keep an eye on. We got a who will win prediction in the chat. Supernova Stars, get your predictions in now before it closes. Make sure that you are make sure you don't miss out. Oh my goodness, this is going to be an interesting one. And neither pitcher has really fared too well against the other team either. Like 6.61 ERA for Laguse, 7.45 against Sarasota for Taylor Johnson.
The one thing I will give is that all of Sarasota's bats have had a pretty solid history against Johnson. They've all played him a lot more versus you look over on the side of Nashville. You have 3 players who have had only 7 at bats against Laguse. So while they might be hitting really well, they haven't seen a lot of his pitches. So you have to look at the history, and Sarasota probably has a better scouting report against Johnson than Nashville does against Laguse. But it all comes down to the clutch factor. Nashville has had a really tough time this season. I know they've sold off a fair few number of their players, but they're still in the hunt on this one. It's just getting the bats to wake up at the right time. And what a better time than do or die.
Yeah, what a better time than right now, or else you're out of the playoffs. Better do it now, Nashville. All right, who will win? Supernovas 55%, Stars 45%. Do you have a preference on which one you want, Moosey?
I took Nashville last time, so I'll take Sarasota this time.
All right, so that means you are bringing us into game as we head down to Nashville for the do or die situation for the Stars.
Leading off the game will be Carlos Crash Wagon. He'll start things off with a single into left. Good start so far by Florida Bats. Get that scoreboard out of here. We don't need it right now.
Yep.
Bring up Ace Carter, and the ball gets away from Munson behind the plate, and Crashwagon will make his way up to second. A ball hit into the right center. Runner does not go. He runs on the corners, no outs. A steal coming in by Carter. The ball throw is good, and he is out. Brings up Doctor. Doctor over into left. This could be a tag up opportunity. He's running for it, and he will just beat that throw. Sacrifice fly by Doctor will score Crashwagon, and Sarasota takes a 1-0 lead. Now Bogescu. Bogescu over into right fielder comes racing in. He will make that catch. Good start by Sarasota. Let's see if Nashville can answer.
Let's go. Thomas Rose leading us off here at the top of the Nashville order against Shifty Lagoose. Ground ball to the shortstop, over to first, just barely in time, sending Thomas Rose back to the bench. Cade Munson will draw the full count walk. Now has the 9th most base on balls in the PvE. Brandon Fry will get a single into right field. Almost looked like he ran too far and might have gotten tagged out, but safe at first. Booswell will draw the walk though. Bases loaded with one away, and Zach Johnson with a double. Almost a bases clearing one. Looked like Booswell held up there at third, but now we have 2 runs on the board for Nashville as they take a 2-1 lead. Bongo Lulongo with a ground out to second base will put the second out on the board for this inning, but it will put the 3rd run on the board for Nashville, as Zach Johnson also advances to third. Grounder in front of the catcher for Jebediah Crunk, and that's thrown on to first for out number 3. 3-1. Nashville now leads Sarasota as we head to the top of the 2nd.
See how things answer. Torrent will lead things off. He will fly one. Right center, right fielder ranges over. He will make that catch. Red arrow will step up. He will take a walk. Let's see if he will steal another base here. He's known to do that. And he takes off. Munson with the throw, but he will not have a chance at getting Arrow out at second. Fly ball out by a fart. That one will die just shy of the warning track. Arrow will tag up to third, but it is 2 outs. Fly ball over into right field by Dominic. Easy catch out there by Smith. Will put it away and then keep their lead.
Speaking of Smith, they're due up here at the dish against Shifty Lagoose. Pop fly, shallow infield, taken care of by the shortstop Junie Panda. BJ Foe will ground out to Panda, and that's 2 away real quickly. Base is empty for Thomas Rose, but a 4-pitch walk will put him aboard. Cade Munson now, the runner on first and 2 away. Pop fly to third base, taken care of by Red Arrow. We're headed to the top of the 3rd now, with the score still at 3-1 Nashville.
Brings up Junie Panda. He swings that one way out to the other batter's box. Strikeout. Only the first strikeout of the day by Taylor Johnson, who has a Ks per 9 over 9. Carlos Crashwagon will strike out looking. A nice dot on the outside edge. Brings up Ace Carter. And another strikeout. As soon as I start talking about this man's strikeouts, he goes and strikes out the side. Still holding on to that lead is Nashville.
Shifty Lagoose back to the mound and will walk Brandon Fry. No, that's a hit by pitch, excuse me. On an 0-1 count, he hits Fry, who takes his base. Jason Booswell will get a double into left field. Here comes Fry for the plate. Safe at home is Fry. Booswell bringing one home with a double. And the Stars are now up 4-1. Zach Johnson high fly ball into left center field, taken care of by the center fielder Jay Doctor. Bongo Lulongo with the runner in scoring position, 1 away, is going to ground out to the first baseman, but advance the runner. Booswell now 90 feet from the plate. Jebediah Crunk ground out to Junie Panda, and that will do it for the bottom of the 3rd. We head to the top of the 4th. Nashville extend their lead to 4-1.
It's up Jay Doctor. Oh, good stop by the shortstop. Could possibly have saved extra bases that got to the wall, but it still will be an infield hit. Ground ball to third. Quick exchange. Bare hands it over to first. A steal of third, but the throw is late. Jay Doctor steals third base. Oh, and a diving catch out in center, but it will be a sacrifice fly. Io Torrent, what a catch by Johnson out there. Brings up Arrow. Pops one up, second baseman ranging back. He will make that catch. Still down by a few, but Sarasota gets another run on the board. Here to come back.
Jimmy Smith up to bat here. High fly ball into right center, and that's going to be grabbed by Jay Doctor. BJ Foe now up to bat with the bases empty and one away, and that's going to be an unassisted ground out to the first baseman. Thomas Rose, base hit into right field. We talked about him before the game as a potential hot bat, and he is on board, but Cade Munson will strike out to end the bottom of the fourth, and we head to the fifth inning. Nashville up 4-2.
Brings up a fart, leading things off. He'll fly one deep into center field, but an easy catch out there by the speedy Zach Johnson. Troy Dominic will swing over one as he will go down on strikes. That'll bring up the shortstop, Junie Panda. Ground ball over to the second baseman. Easy throw. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Taylor Johnson.
It's going to be the heart of the order for the Nashville Stars, due up Fry, Booswell, and Zach Johnson against Shifty the Goose. Brand Fry, long fly ball into right field, but a diving grab by Ian Albogescu will send him back to the bench. Jason Booswell is going to go around out to Junie Panda for a quick second out. And Zach Johnson will follow suit with exactly the same play. Ground out to the shortstop, and a 1-2-3 inning for Shifty the Goose, as they've seemingly settled in here after a few rough innings. We head to the top of the sixth.
Top of the order for Sarasota. Crash Wagon will ground out to the second baseman Rose. They'll bring up Ace Carter. He will take himself a walk. Stands on first. A ball hit over to first baseman. They try to go for two. They cannot get the tag on him. Ground ball over to third. Good strong throw. Oh! But the throw is off the mark just a little bit. Pulls the first baseman off the bag. That'll be an error by the third baseman. Torrent will fly one in to left. That error does not come back to bite them.
I thought it might have. I thought Sarasota was gonna get a couple of runs there, maybe tie it up. Dirk Diglett enters the game, and will face down Bongulu Longo and immediately get him to strike out for the first out of the bottom of the
Dirk
sixth
gets to watch
here.
himself pitch again.
There you go. Jebediah Crunk up now, and that'll be a base hit right down the center over the second baseman and the shortstop single for Jebediah Crunk, who will be thrown out, stealing, gunned down by Carlos Crashwagon. Jimmy Smith goes down and strikes. That'll be the second strikeout for Dirk Diglett in the inning, and we'll do it for this half inning. Bottom of the sixth done. We head to the top of the seventh. Nashville up 4-2 still.
Red Arrow grounds one to short. Deep in the hole, makes a good strong throw that bring up a fart. And then brings up DJ Law, will relieve Taylor Johnson. A fart reaches for one. Shortstop makes him pay for it, throwing him out of first base. Brings up Dominic. Dominic over to second. An easy throw by Rose. Gets that third out. Only 6 outs remain for Sarasota to come back in this one.
It's time for the stretch. We head to the bottom of the seventh. BJ Foe up first. Base hit into left all the way to the wall. It's a one-hopper to the wall, and that will be a double to lead off the bottom of the seventh. Thomas Rose down the right field line. Oh, it's foul. That one had some speed on it. Thomas Rose instead will ground out to the shortstop, fairly anticlimactic after showing the power that he could wield. Cade Munson will single into center field and gets picked off of first. You don't see that every day in the PBE. Brandon Fry gets gunned down on strikes, so they leave a runner 90 feet from the plate. Still 4-2 is the score. We head to the top of the eighth. Sarasota looking to come back here.
We'll start things off with Junie Panda, who skies one into right field. And pulling things off on the defensive side. Crashwagon will get a single up the middle. Could this be the spark that they need? Ace Carter It's DJ Law, Ace Carter, all the way into right, and we have a tie ball game. Ace
Wow.
Carter launches a solo shot a 2-run home run into right field, tying the game up at 4 apiece.
Shady.
It's a brand new ball game. DJ Law still pitching in this one. J Doctor grabs one over to the shortstop foe who makes the play. Bring up Bogescu. He's called out on strikes. Little outside ump. Come on, man. Can't be missing those calls.
Wow.
But the game's tied.
Yeah, bottom of the 8th, Jason Booswell up now. Bill the Hill enters the game. Booswell goes down on strikes, chasing a circle change out of the strike zone. Zach Johnson, the center fielder, up now to face the Hill. High fly ball into shallow right center, taken care of by Ace Carter. Bongo Luongo is going to go down on strikes, and the Hill with a clean 1-2-3 inning. Game still tied at 4. We hit at the top of the 9th for the Supernovas to try and break this tie.
Middle of the lineup here, Torrent, Arrow, and Avart versus DJ Law. Torrent will start things off with a lead-off single. Law still in this one, and the ball gets away from Munson. Torrent will move up to second. The go-ahead run sits in scoring position. Strike 3 called on Arrow. 1 down. Brings up a fart. Against DJ Law, he will take a walk. Outside, they're setting up the double play here. Brings up Troy Dominic. Giovanni Sanchez will make his appearance in this one. Ball over to short. He will take it himself,
Wow.
and he will get that double play.
The intentional walk pays off. Dividends.
The U6-3 double play.
Wow. And it's Jebediah Crunk up now here in the bottom of the 9th. Nashville looking to walk it off. And a walk for Jebediah Crunk. Jimmy Smith pop flies out. Torrent takes care of that one away. BJ Foe grounder to shortstop, over to second for 1. They get the lead runner, but they don't turn 2. Fielder's choice. Thomas Rose base hit into right field. Round to third comes BJ Foe, and now we have runners at the corners for Cade Munson, the catcher. And he will watch as Rose takes off for second. No throw. And a walk to load the bases. 2 outs. Walk-off territory for Brandon Fry. High fly ball into left center field. We're going to extras as J Doctor takes care of that one. And we head to the top of the 10th now with the game still tied at 4.
Whew. Sanchez will continue. We have Junie Panda up at the plate. Line shot to the third baseman. Makes that easy grab. Lineup turns over. Carlos Crashwagon. Ground one up the middle. No throw by the shortstop. As an infield single by the catcher. Ace Carter strikes out swinging. J Doctor. J Doctor.
Oh.
Over into left. That one is
Wow.
gone. J Doctor could end Nashville's season with that hit right there. A 2-run home run, 374 feet. Whew.
Wow.
Brings up Bogescu. Bogescu. He
No
will
way.
not be denied. Back to back. Bogescu piles this one on. A solo shot brings it a 7-4 ball game.
I'm stunned.
They want to end this game. They want to end this series, secure their spot in the playoffs. Torrent will get things going again with a single. Boat Sig Ripper, your new pitcher in the game. They'll bring up Red Arrow. Red Arrow up the middle. They are not done yet. Running from first to third is Torrent. He will be safe on the throw. Brings up a fart. A fart will swing through it. But Sarasota puts up 3. We head to the bottom of the 10th. Nashville's last chance.
Jake Plummer entering the ball game to pitch for Sarasota. It's Jason Booswell up first and draws a 4-pitch walk. Nashville needs to match those 3 runs that Sarasota put up in the top of the 10th as Zach Johnson walks for the 60th time this season. First and second now for Bongo Luongo. And that's going to be a strikeout called on a breaking ball. We have first and second with 1 away for Jebediah Crunk, the DH. Grounder to pitcher. Over to second for 1. Over to first. And that is going to do it.
What a
This game is
play!
over. A leaping play by Junie Panda is going to end this game. Supernovas over the Stars in 10. 7-4 is the final. Unbelievable game. This was just a crazy one. Showing off the box score there. Win goes to Bill the Hill, loss goes to Giovanni Sanchez, and Plummer gets the save. As we look at the standings there, you can see that that is going to do it for the Nashville Stars season. Sarasota Supernovas are playoff bound, and now it's just a matter of seeding in the Champions East. Wow.
Sarasota locks up that 4 seed. It's all about who gets 2 and who gets 3 right now. New Orleans has the 1 seed locked in tight. Just comes down to the other series. Who's going to take that division?
That's going to be an interesting race to finish out the season for sure. We're going to quick play the rest of these majors games, and then we will head down to the minors to watch the Dillos Mounties game. So go ahead and quick play these one at a time. We'll start off with the Aviators over the Crabs. Aviators win this one 6-5. 2 RBIs for Bergen Cannon. 2 RBIs for a cardboard cutout Derek Jeter. We're going to be going kind of quick through these since most of these won't matter too much. Ginsburg with the loss. Ben Caden with the win. Jagger Philly fan the player of the game.
Voyagers will win this one by a score of 6-4 over Buffalo. 2 hits and 2 RBIs on the bat of Stevenson over on the Buffalo side. Multi-hit days for Buckley, Skok, and Diamundo. Down to the pitching, Chuate will take the win, their 11th of the season, going 6 1/3, 3 earned. Jack Rollo will take the loss. Full Horse with the hold, McFlorida Man with the save. Whedon Boys will be your player of the game.
Sloss take down the Vandals and extend their lead in the Legends West 3-1. Vandals need to win out the remaining 2 games in order to force a game 109 for seeding. Actually, I don't know if they play a game 109 for seeding. I don't know. 3-for-3 game for San Antonio at the top of the Sloss order with 2 runs knocked in, 3 hits for pork chop sandwiches, 1 RBI from Herb Sessions on the side of the Vandals. Digger Jr. with the loss, Greer the win. King George III gets the save. San Antonio player of the game.
Mako's Raptors. Mako's take this one down 7-4. A 3-for-5 day with 2 RBIs for Wesley Nakia. Multi-hit days on the side of Boise by Juan Rodriguez and Terry. Down to the pitching, Salchicha will take the win with the hold, and St. Brown with the save. Zielman will take the loss. Philip Stein will be your player of the game.
Apex over the Demons. Demons are going to come back in the late innings to win this one 3-2. 1 RBI for Scott Poe. 2-for-3 game for Johnny Tsunami on Indianapolis' side. To calm down gets the loss. Palmer gets the win. And Ricky Vaughn, your player of the game on the start for Detroit.
That's going to be one to watch later.
Absolutely.
Rougarou and the Sea Serpents. Rougarou just keep piling it on with a 12-1 win here. Only 4 hits amassed on the side of Seattle. Beauregard just keeps piling it on. He wants to keep that record for as long as he can. 4 RBIs coming off the bat of J.R. Cook, who went 2 for 2, 3 runs. 3 walks also. What a day for those guys. On the pitching side, Bingo Hammersmith will take the loss. Viagetti going a complete game. Couldn't quite get the shutout, but we'll take that one. J.R. Cook will be your player of the game.
And the last game in the majors for today is the Death Valley Scorpions over the Cancun Toros 7-1. Death Valley wins this one. The 1 RBI for Cancun coming from a solo shot by Dom Drozdov in the first inning. 4-for-4 game for Chili Gravy at the bottom of the order as well. 4-for-5 game for Orem with 2 RBIs for Death Valley. 3 RBIs for Matthew Edwards. Remy Ratatouille gets the win. Champ McQuack takes their 17th loss for Cancun, and Remy Ratatouille is your player of the game. We're headed down to the minors for a Dillo Mountie game. And there it is right there. I'm going to go ahead and manage that one and check out the head-to-heads. We can go ahead and turn the BNN back on since we are not going to show any more games on this particular day. Looking at the matchups here, Mounties have a 6-3 to 1 tie lead, and the Dillos are 1 game back here, which means that if they lose, they are out of the playoff race. If they win, they're tied
Going to the
and
final game.
going into the final game. Yeah. So that will be an interesting one to watch. We will absolutely watch that one if the Dillos win here. But looking at the two matchups, what are we looking at here?
Not a lot of experience for both sides. Kagamine uh, is a rookie, has done really well. Kingston has had some really good production out of their rookies. Yup Yuppers is in contention for Rookie of the Year, last I heard. Definitely going to be a tough one for them. Uh, both teams haven't seen a lot of hitting success. They have a couple of hitters hitting over 800, being Shion Akimoto on the side of Amarillo and Farting House on the side of Kingston. But it's all going to come down to the pitching and who can hold on to the lead.
It's going to be a good one. We already have a prediction opened and closed. How many runs in the ninth? Over under is 1.5. People are favoring the over in terms of the votes. Do you have a preference on which team you'd like to take for this one, Moosey?
I'll take the home team. I'll take the Dillos.
All right, that means I'm on the Mounties, and we'll take us into game here with Len Kagamine versus Freddie Huff. It's going to be Freddie Huff on the mound for the Dillos against Stan Duff, the leadoff hitter for the Mounties. We're going to pause real quick and get the BNN out-of-town scoreboard up for the remaining minors games after this first play, which will be a single by the left fielder Stan Duff of Kingston. And we'll get this out-of-town scoreboard going here for everyone following the other minors games, and we will head back on in. Bark Bark Whiff Ruff with a runner on first and no one out. We'll sky that into center field for out number 1. Anita Fartinghouse, the DH, is going to line that right to... oh no, that was a pickoff attempt, I think, but Stand Up made it back safely. Anita Fartinghouse will ground out and advance Dup to second. Bufflin with a fly ball into right, and that's going to be out number 3. We head to the bottom of the first with no score. Dillos up for the first time here.
Leading things off will be Angelo Hawkins versus Len Kagamine. Will strike out on a pitch outside. Blue, what are you looking at? Bring up Shapiro. Shapiro will take a walk. They have a runner on for a hot-hitting Shion Akimoto, who will also take a walk. Fiddle McGee steps in. That's a high fly ball. Center fielder kind of stuttered on that one, but he will make that play. Get out there. And runner does tag up from second to third. Brings up Burb the batter. Burb up to second baseman, but it gets right under his glove as the Dillos score 1 on an RBI single by Burb the batter. Brings up Mikey Mo. Mikey Mo pop up. First baseman calls off the catcher in that one in foul territory. We have a 1-0 lead for Amarillo.
We'll head to the top of the second now with Brizzo due up here. Grounder to first, and stepping on first is Johnson, who takes care of that one for the first out of the inning. Yup Yuppers, high pop fly to second base, easily taken care of by Fiddle McGee. Mazaros Ferenek, ground out to shortstop, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for Freddie Huff. As we head to the bottom of the second now, Amarillo getting their next look at it.
Bottom third of the inning, we see Hieronymus Flex facing off, and he will sky one in the right field. Right fielder is ranging back, though, will end up making that catch. Beef Johnson, where is the beef? He pops one over into left field, and the left fielder will make that catch. Big Barnold, fly ball, right field, will that go? And it will! Solo home run by Big Barnold down the right field line. Will double their lead. It's a 2-0 ball game. Lineup turns over Angelo Hawkins. See if he can match that. Nope, another pop out there in foul territory. This time the catcher will take it. It's 2-0. We go top of the third. Kingston needs to get something going to see if they can answer.
It's going to be Kyle Bryant with a base hit into right field. I will never not see K. Bryant and not immediately think Chris Bryant, but hey, whatever. Rob Cena Jr. grounds into a double play, though. That's going to be 5-4-3, well turned by the Dillos. And stand up will be gunned down at first by the second baseman, Fiddle McGee. So, despite
On the
allowing
out-of-town Louisville, 7-0 over Dallas right now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's...
Lucas Shapiro pops one up. The pitcher will take it himself, calling off his shortstop. Okamoto up the middle for a single. Thinks about it, brings up Fiddle McGee. And the pitch over into left field. Left fielder Dupp ranges over, will make that catch. Runner stays put, brings up Burb the batter. Burb the batter will take a walk on a full count. Ball just a little outside. Mikey Mo, and another walk that'll load the bases for Hieronymus Flex. Fly ball, left field, should be caught, and it will. Still 2-0 as we go top 4.
It's going to be Woof Ruff, Farting House, and Bufflin due up here against Freddie Huff. And Woof Ruff will ground out to Freddie Huff. And that will be the first out of the inning. And another ground out to the pitcher. This one by Farting House will make... Oh, no! Farting House beat it out. And will take second for their 39th stolen base this season. And will take third for their 40th stolen base this season. Do they steal home? Not in this case. Bufflin is going to ground that one into left field for a base hit past the two infielders on the left side of the diamond. And will score Farting House for the first run of the Mounties ball game. Brizzo is going to get a double here, as that looked like possibly an error. And this one is going to get bobbled. That will definitely go as an error. Yuppers will make it to first. Bufflin will score. Brizzo to third. Tie ball game. And it's Mazaros Ferenc with runners at the corners. And will strike out to make it 2 outs in the inning. Kyle Bryant, I almost said it again, will beat out an infield single, and now the Kingston Mounties have a 1-run lead for the first time this game. Pickoff attempt goes south as that one gets into the infield and advances both runners to second and third. And here comes the runner for the plate on a wild pitch. Dillo's defense falling apart here as Yuppers will score and Bryant advances to third. Rob Cena Jr. draws a walk. Runners at the corners again with 2 outs for stand up. And that's going to be another walk here. Bases loaded for Bark Bark Woof Ruff. Base hit into right field. That's going to bring home 2. 2-run single by Bark Bark Woof Ruff, putting the Mounties up 6-2. Freddie Huff finally pulled for the reliever Bear Bear. Farting House with a base hit into center field. Here comes the runner for the plate. And that's going to make this a 7-run inning. 7-2 now Mounties in the top of the fourth. Bufflin. Base hit into left center field. That's going to be a double. That will clear the base paths except for the runner who just hit that double. RBI number 47 for Bufflin as they score 2 to make it 9-2. Brizzo goes down on strikes, and finally the inning is over. 9 runs scored here in the top of the fourth as Kingston bats around. Dillo's got some ground to make up.
That's an unfortunate series of events. Lots of errors in that one. Hopefully they have a short memory and can get back into this one. Beef Johnson leads things off with a single. He'll bring up Big Barnold. Big Barnold all the way out in center field. Easy catch out there by Cena Jr. Brings up Hawkins. Hawkins with the ball in the center. Line drive caught. Shapiro. Shapiro over into left field. All balls hitting pretty hard, but right at people. They have quite the hill to climb. They aren't making it easy for themselves by not getting runners on.
We'll see if the Dillos pitching and defense can slow down the train of Kingston Mounties batters. Fly out to right field by Yuppers. Mazaros Ferenc 0 for 2 today, make it 0 for 3 as he can't make contact on the circle change and goes down on strikes. Kyle Bryant, 2 for 2 today, goes down on strikes. So a quick inning for Bear, recovering a little bit from their share of the last inning. Still 9-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
There's Okamoto who strike out. Kagamine struggled early, but now with the lead, he's kind of locked in. Brings up McGee. Strikes out looking. This one, gotta swing the bats if you want to get back in this one. They can put up a crooked number. They have a chance of coming back in this one. Brings up Burb the batter. Burb out into right field. Rizzo does range back and make that catch. Slowly but surely, they're running out of time as we head into the second half of this game. Top of the 6th coming right at you.
Sorry about that. I realized my mic was muted. Line out to the first baseman and then ground out to the shortstop. We'll be back-to-back outs to start off the 6th. And then a foul out by Bark Bark Woof Ruff. Catcher Hieronymus Flex taking care of that one. 1-2-3. Go the Mounties as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Dillo's looking to get some more runs on the board here.
Kagamine still working in this one. Mikey Mo will line one into left field. Hieronymus Flex. The pitch comes in. Get caught looking on the outside edge. Ooh. Brings up Beef Johnson. Base hit into center field. I would think this could be the end of the day for Kagamine, and it will. Kingston has been known to not pull their pitchers too early. Brighton Grimsby gives up a walk to Barnold. Hawkins over to first. He will beat out the throw. Pitcher couldn't get there in time, and suddenly the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Lucas Shapiro. Ball hit to second base. Good throw there into the shift. Will end that little bit of a threat.
We'll head to the top of the 7th now as Kingston looks to extend their 7-run lead. Farting House goes down strikes, and it's going to be Babe Bufflin, the first baseman for the Mounties. Also going down on strikes, the screwball got him. And it's going to be Brizzo now with the base paths clear and 2 away. High fly ball into center field taken care of by Big Barnold. 9-2 still Mounties as we head to the bottom of the 7th. And it's time for the stretch.
Grisby keeps on rolling as Okamoto will ground out to the third baseman. They'll bring up Fiddle McGee. Fiddle McGee will take a walk on the full count. Bring up the designated hitter, Burb the batter. He will also walk. Mikey Mo, 2 runners on, 1 out. Swings through one for the strikeout. Here's a Hieronymus Flex. Ball down the line. First baseman gets it, takes it to the bag. That will end that threat. Top of the 8th, Kingston. Seems they can get some more insurance. Can't never be safe.
Absolutely. Hepcat entering the game. Yuppers will get a base hit into right field. Runner on first for Mazaros Ferenc. Grounds out. No, that's going to be a fielder's choice. And they choose to get the lead runner at second. 1 away. Kyle Bryant, dang it. Flies out to right field. Mikey Mo takes care of that one. And Rob Cena Jr. strikes out to leave the runner at first. Heading to the bottom of the 8th, still 9-2. Dillos have 6 outs to make up 7 runs.
6 outs, 7 runs. Anything is possible. Now they're down to 5 outs. Beef Johnson swings through one. Grisby's getting a little up there in pitch count. Let's see how long they'll let him play. Brings up Arnold. Arnold will line one over into right field. It gets down in the corner, but the right fielder is there to make that catch. Angelo Hawkins stepping in, and he will drop one into left field. There's a single. A little 2-out rally action. We might see it. Brings up Shapiro. Caught looking right down the middle. If you want to come back in the games, you gotta get that bat off your shoulder. Can't be taking easy pitches like that.
It's going to be stand up, the leadoff hitter for the Mounties, who is 1-3, make it 1-4 as Hepcat takes him down with a strikeout. Bark Bark Woofer with a single into right will give the Kingston Mounties a base runner here. Anita Farting House is going to watch as that ball gets by the catcher and Woofer advances to second. Bufflin with a high fly ball into right field, but it's taken care of easily by Mikey Moe. Or sorry, Farting House with the fly out. Bufflin will get to first on the, not an error, it will be ruled as an infield hit, this one. Brizzo will bring home one with a single and extend Kingston's lead now 10-2. Runners on first and second for Yup Yuppers with 2 away, and Yuppers will strike out to end the inning. 10-2 Mounties. Dillos need 8 in the bottom of the 9th to stay alive in this season.
Kingston can put up 9 in an inning. Why can't Amarillo? Nico Parsons to try to end this one. Okamoto will. Oh, and it bounces out of the glove of the second baseman. What a misstep there. Single over into right field. Slowly but surely, they're getting runners on. Bird the batter will strike out on this one. Bring on Mikey Moe. 2 runners on, 1 out. Just don't hit into a double play. Drops one into right field. He's playing station to station in this one. Don't want to take too many risks. Brings in Hieronymus Flex. Flex into center field. Could this be a run? Are they going to tag it? And they're not going to test it. 2 outs now. Beef Johnson. Beef over in the hole between shortstop and the third baseman will bring in a run. They're still down by 7. Brings up Arnold. Arnold pops one up. Second baseman takes it. That will end the game. Your final score, Kingston 10, Amarillo 3.
They tried to mount a little bit of a comeback there in the bottom of the 9th, but just couldn't do it. Just a little bit too little too late for the Dillos bats, as Kingston definitely out-hit them in this one. Actually, they both had a similar amount of hits. Kingston just really strung them together well in that one inning, scoring 9 runs in the top of the 4th. Huff will take the loss, Kagamine the win. As we leave that game and check the standings, we will see that the Dillos have been eliminated and the Kingston Mounties are headed back to the playoffs. We're going to be taking a look at the rest of the scores around the minors, and then we'll go back to the pennant chase screen. We'll start off with the Lemurs taking down the Dynamos. We noticed that they were winning by 7-0, but 16-5 here will be the final. 2 RBIs for Riddle McGee, 6 for 7 day for Andy Myth at the top of the Lemurs batting order, and 3 RBIs from multiple players there. Crimps gets the win, Dog gets the loss, Andrew Myth the player of the game, and will tie the regular season game record for hits and runs, the Louisville regular season game record for hits and runs, and will tie the Miners regular season game record for hits with 6. Well done to Myth.
What a guy. Whew. Big victory here for the Hepcats as they win 5-3. They have secured the number 1 seed in the Miners playoffs. 3 for 4 day with 2 RBIs by Brent Beverwinkle, not to be overshadowed. A 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs.
Sorry.
Off bat of Dracula. Down to the pitching. Smaxton takes a no decision there. McThornbody will take the loss, giving up 1 run over 1 inning. Bird Whistle takes a no decision. Turbo with the hold. Sullivan with a blown save, but Reed will take the win. For 10th inning, Beverwinkle will be your player of the game.
Then we have the Bears taking down the Swift Steeds here, 8-2. Looks like 1 RBI each for Obermuller and Dude. 3 hit game for Scruff McGruff. 3 RBI game for Stevie Steve. DeWright gets the win for Brew City. Gooser gets the save. Strikeout gets the loss for State College. Paris Riley, though, your player of the game, 2 for 4 with 2 ribbies.
Anchorage beats down Chicago 6-2. Everybody on the side of Anchorage reached first base today. Multi-hit days by Kropotkrasov and Marquis with 4th. on the side of Chicago. Multi-hit days by Justice, Hulkenvettel, and Chovy. Down to the pitching. French will take the win, their 5th of the season. Assassin will take the hole. Shinjino will take the save. Inkerbell will take the loss, their 11th of the year. And Chester French will be your player of the game.
Taking a look back at the pennant chase here. I guess we should look at the standings instead. The only one that actually we got a division clinch possibility for the Kingpins, who are 1 game up on the Lemurs.
One game left.
With 1 game left to play, but I think pretty much everything else has been decided for seeding in the minors. Taking a look at the majors, I think we already did the scores for today.
Yes.
Looking at the pennant chase, though, we're keeping an eye on the Champions East quite a bit, where we have 3 teams already in the playoffs, but it's a matter of seeding between the Demons and the Apex with 2 games to play. So Supernovas are definitely going to be that number 4 seed. It's just a matter of who gets 2 and who gets 3 between the Demons and the Apex. And we're also looking at the Sloths and the Vandals, who are also fighting for the number 2 seed in the Legends. So we have all of our playoff teams for both the majors and the minors. It's just a matter of seeding from here on out. So we'll go ahead and finish off today as we head into the 14th, where, give me one moment here. Let me, let's see. Okay. All right, let me go back to the standings so we can update the ticker for everyone, because I know that was something that we wanted to keep an eye on. And I don't think I actually updated it the last time that I could. So we have Detroit and the Apex tied for the lead in the Champions East, with Sarasota 5 games back. And then we have the wild card as the Bears and Kingston clinching it. Alright, so we go ahead and save that. Alright, so for this one, we're going to take a look at...
The only game that really matters today is the Vandals and the Sloths. If the Sloths win, they secure that number 2 seed, and Vandals take the number 4 seed.
Yes.
But we have to keep an eye on the Apex Demons because they're both tied. Could go crazy at the end of it.
All right, so today we are going to take a look at the Vandals Sloths game, and then we will watch the Apex Demons game tomorrow. If the Sloths win here against the Vandals, they do secure that number 2 seed.
They are saying don't forget about the casino money.
Casino monies.
There's apparently a lot of money on the line. I haven't looked into it. Somebody want to give me?
Yeah, the last game for the Apex Demons is the big one. Yeah.
The big game.
Yep. So we will watch the Apex and the Demons on the 15th, excuse me, and then on the and then for this day we're gonna watch the Vandals Sloths. Almost 1 billion, 35 for 1 odds on Indy winning the division. Oh wow, that is a lot.
Is somebody gonna pay out the prediction to these lovely people?
Yes, let's get the prediction paid out. So we will manage the Vandals. Do we need a? I don't know if I didn't look at the result for the prediction for the last one real quick. So we have 2 runs in the 9th between the Mounties and the Dillos. So that the over 1 for that bet. And back up to the major scores.
There's almost $1 billion on the line for the casino.
Oops.
It's a lot of money at stake right now.
Okay, so we have BNN on in the background. That's good. Okay. thought I clicked on something weird, but it doesn't look like I did. So, okay. All right. So prediction. Hopefully we can get someone in the mod. Do we have a mod online that is able to finish off that prediction and make a new one
Oh,
for the
that
Vandal
is
slots?
true. This is the final start for the legendary
Ryan
pitcher
Rose,
Ryan
yeah.
Rose.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that when we were talking about the head-to-heads here, but
Yeah, he just passed 150 wins, so he
wow.
got that milestone. But it might not necessarily be. It's his last regular season start. We'll see how it plays out in the playoffs. Who knows? He might go out a champion, Peyton Manning style.
Yeah, how awesome would it be for the last regular season start for Ryan Rose to be the one to clinch the division for their team? That'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty good. They don't seem to. Let's see. Hopefully we. Still not getting a predict. Do we have a mod in the chat? Is there a mod in here? Loki,
Mod
are you
check.
still around? Mods, help us.
Please.
I mean, I can do it if needed, but I'd have to get into the whole thing. So as we're looking at these matchups and hopefully getting this prediction paid out and another one started, as we're mentioning, Ryan Rose hasn't fared too well against the Vandals in particular this season. We're looking at that 0-3 record, 5.60 in the bottom right, but definitely due for a good start against them. Does have the edge over Takahashi, who has a 1-2 record and a 2.37 ERA against the Sloths. Looking at the head-to-heads, we got 5 to 4 to 1 in favor of the Vandals, but as we've seen, the head-to-heads haven't always been prophets of destiny for these past few games.
Yeah.
But hey, you never know what can happen. I'm not seeing anyone, not seeing any mods fixing the prediction, so I'm gonna real quick hop on over.
Yeah, for me, this series is all about history. Toby McMuffin has seen Ryan Rose 118 times, hitting 271 with 7 home runs against him. Two legends of the game will face off to decide the division. It's all about history. A lot of Vancouver has an older core, and they've seen Rose a lot more. The only people who have really had a lot of history against Takahashi are those who have faced her in the minors and those who have just been around the league for a long time.
Oh man! All right, I just finished the predictions, so make sure you get your predictions in for whether or not the Vandals or the Sloths will win. If the Sloths win, they clinch the division in the Legends West and will face the Voyagers in the playoffs and force the Vandals to face the red hot OBX rotation as well as the rest of the Aviators. And then if the Vandals win here, they have a chance to force a potential game 109. I don't know how it works. Is there tie breaks? For standing, I think for Sim automatically creates game 109, so they're looking for game 109 for the division, as well for seeding in the playoffs. Vandals need to win 3 straight here. They need to win game 107 and 108, as well as game 109. So that's going to be tough, especially since Sloths are on a win streak and are really hot right now. Submissions are closed. People think that the Sloths are going to win. If you don't mind, I do have a preference on this one. I will take the Vandals at bats.
What? No, never guess. That's fine. I have a lot of my former players that I've GM'd on the Sloths, so
there we go. All right.
I'll take that.
Monster Man BNN is on. We have that on in the background, so we'll get the scoreboard, the out-of-town scoreboard, up after the first play of the game because for some reason it's wonky like that. So.
Depending on what happens today, we could have 2 games tomorrow.
That's true. We could.
Both for the division.
Yeah, it will be very interesting. Oh, out-of-town scoreboard's already up. Perfect. So we are heading on into game. Ryan Rose on the mound for their last regular season career start, possibly their last start of all time for their career. We'll see. Sack Lodge will be up first, and we'll ground that down the left field line. Safe at second with a leadoff double on the game. Willie Colon, the new Vandal this year, center fielder, will take the free pass to first base. Now we have runners on first and second with no outs for Geronimo Scheidermay. Grounder to third, over to second for one, and held onto. That's going to be a fielder's choice. One away. Off for second is Scheidermay, and safe at second. Andrea Magiacomo, high fly ball into left field, all the way back to the wall, and that one's gone. 3-0 is the score now as Andrea Magiacomo puts the Vandals up, putting them on the board with 3 runs here in the top of the first. It's going to be Jackie Daytona, the DH, due up next after that monster shot by Magiacomo, 401 on the how far did it fly. Daytona going to ground out to the shortstop for out number 2 this inning. Herb Sessions is going to watch as strike 3 goes by, and that's going to be strikeout number 100 on the season for Ryan Rose. Vandals lead 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the first.
Lots of hot hitters here. Stan Antonio stepping in against Emilia Takahashi. Stan, a perennial MVP candidate, launches a solo shot to right field to lead this game off. Wow, what a guy. Already come back in here. Getting those runs on the board. Brings up Akuna Matata. That ball is lifted into right center. Right fielder does range over, make that catch. Brings up Christy Abbott. Abbott, ground ball over to the shortstop. Hard throw, gets him at first. Brings up hot hit pork chop sandwiches. Ball over to the second baseman for the third out. But San Antonio answers with a run of their own. They are still behind. Plenty of game left as we head top of the second.
Toby McMuffin up now against Ryan Rose. High fly ball into center field, and that's going to be taken care of by Trevin Knight. Dan King, the third baseman, is going to ground that to the Sloth third baseman for out number 2. Sam Andrews, the first baseman, is going to go down on strikes. Now we're heading to the the bottom of the second now, with the Vandals still up 3-1.
Chris Jimenez will step in on this one. Fly ball over into right field. Easily caught up there by McMuffin. They'll bring up Knox. Checks the swing, but he is calmed out. Anyway, he went around, couldn't quite hold up. That'll bring up the first baseman, Sweetot. That ball will drop in front of the right fielder for a 2-out single. Trevin Knight will step up, strikes out swinging. A hard pitch by Takahashi. No runs scored this innings. We get top.
For those keeping an eye on the out-of-town scoreboard, Indy Detroit scoreless through 2.5. Diving catch by the center fielder Knight will send Lodge back to the bench, and a sliding catch in left by Matata will send Colon back as well. Geronimo Scheidermay with a base hit into right field. Runner on board with a single. Magiacomo with a 3-run homer earlier in the game. We'll watch as Scheidermay takes off for second and steals their second bag of the game. Magiacomo getting that one past the first baseman. They're headed to second. Safe there with a double. That's going to be an RBI as it scores Scheidermay. Vandals now up 4-1, getting that 3-run lead back. Jackie Daytona will ground out to the second baseman for out number 3. The Vandals do pick up a run on the RBI by Magiacomo. It is now 4-1 Vancouver. We head to the bottom of the third now.
Number 9 hitter Jarrett Goffard will pop one up. First baseman barely has to move for that one. It's up San Antonio hit that solo shot to lead things off. Will line one over. Right fielder makes a diving effort to get that out. Matata will swing right through one. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Takahashi. Need that in a deciding game.
It's going to be Herb Sessions up first against Rose. Sessions going to ground out to second for the first out of this inning. Toby McMuffin, high fly ball into center field. Put away easily by Knight. Dan King, the third baseman, is going to ground that one right back to the third baseman, but he's going to beat it out this time. That's going to be infield single for Dan King. Sam Andrews is going to ground out to the second baseman, though, and that will end the inning. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Sloths looking to add runs here to make up this 3-run lead that the Vandals have.
Part of the order coming up is Chrissy Abbott flies one into center field, easily caught out there by Cologne. Pork chop sandwiches. Pops one up, first baseman over into foul territory, will make that grab. Brings up Chris Jimenez, shortstop. He will take a full count walk. First brings up Knox. Knox, hard hit ball into center field, but it is lined right at Cologne for the third out.
Head to the top of the fifth now. Ryan Rose back on the mound to face down the top of the Vandals order. Zach Lodge up first, and he will ground out to Jimenez for the first out of this inning. Willie Colon will ground out as well. This one to the right side of the diamond. Pork chop sandwiches putting that one away. Geronimo Scheidermay, high pop fly, but it's not going to get too far past the pitcher's mound as Rose takes care of it. We head to the bottom of the fifth here after a 1-2-3 inning for the Vandals bats. Bottom of the fifth coming up.
Bottom of the order for the Sloths. The Sweetot grounds one over to the short baseman, but it gets away from the first baseman, and Sweetot makes his way over to second base. A miss throw on that error. Trevin Knight skies one into center field. No tag from the runner. 9-hole hitter Goffert. Goffert pops one up over to the shortstop. Make that play. He's up Stan Antonio. Antonio will drop one in front of the right fielder. Runner is coming around and he will score. RBI single by Stan Antonio. Cuts the lead to 2. Matata will ground one to the shortstop, who will toss it over to his second baseman. Short way to get that third out. Apparently Indy scored, so
We'll keep an eye on that out-of-town scoreboard for the Detroit Indy game. There's the other big one that is important here. Quick drawn walk by Magicomo. Daytona gonna Magicomo. Daytona gonna fly out to center field for out number 1 here. Sessions will line that to Matata. Runner on first, 2 outs for McMuffin, and make that runner on second base as Magicomo advances on the ball that gets past the catcher. Toby McMuffin, high fly ball into left field. That one's gone. 2-run homer by Toby McMuffin. DG, I know you're in the chat. Well done. 432 feet on the how far did it fly. Vandals take a 4-run lead here, 6-2. So we take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Indy up 2-0 in the top of the 6th. Speaking of the top of the 6th, we're still going here with the Vandals, and Dan King is going to ground out to the third baseman, but not before 2 runs come in on 1 swing of the bat. Toby McMuffin bringing home 2, making the lead 6-2.
Takashi still in this one. Abbott will fly one over into right field. Easy catch out there by McMuffin. I'll bring up pork chop sandwiches. Will fly one over the shortstop's head. Tried to get out there, but couldn't quite have the range. Pitching change here as Grimace McDonald comes in. Chris Jimenez out there. Line drive, right field. That one is gone. A 2-run home run by Chris Jimenez will keep this one 2-run lead. Quick answer right there. Bring up the designated hitter Knox. Strikes out. I'll bring up Sweetot against McDonald. Sweetot flies one over down the line, and that one is gone. Lead is now only 1, and AJ is just stunned in the booth.
No. Not like this.
McDonald still on the mound despite giving up those 3 runs to bring up Knight. Knight flies one over. Second baseman does make that catch out in the outfield territory. But the score is 6-1.
Yep, 1-run ball game as we head to the top of the 7th. Slim Dugan entering the game. That's going to close the book on Ryan Rose's day. Sam Andrews, high fly ball into center field, but an easy grab for Trevin Knight. Zach Lodge, ground ball to shortstop, and that's going to be out number 2. Out by half a step. Willie Colon is going to go down on strikes, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Slim Dugan as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Sloth looking to tie the game up with one more run here in the bottom of the 7th.
Last we saw in the out-of-town, Indy was up 2-1 on Detroit. Troy pressing now in the game. Jarek Goffard will swing through one for the first out on the strikeout. Lineup turns over as San Antonio pops one up. Right fielder has to run in for it. Will make that catch. I'll bring up Matata. Matata, hard hit ball. That one's going to drop down in center field all the way to the wall. He'll be on with a 2-out double. That'll bring up the third baseman, Christy Abbott. And the single up the middle. Matata is coming around, and this game is tied. Christy Abbott will advance to second on that throw. Sandwiches will swing through one. We got a tie ball game, 6-6 going top of the 8th. AJ's in pain.
Pain. More pain as Shire Bay strikes out in the top of the 8th. We've lost 5 straight, I think. Or this would be 5 straight, I think. Magicomo goes down on strikes. Jackie Daytona up now with 2 outs and the base path's clear, and that's going to be strike out as well. Slim Dugan strikes out the side, rings up their 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of the ball game, still tied at 6.
On the 8th, Chris Jimenez will take the walk. Troy pressing, getting that pitch count up there. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets taken out. And you go Horamuji strikes out Knox. Taikenu Sweetout will go down swinging. Trevin Knight tries to hold up, but he went around. Fuji will strike out the side. Top of the 9th. Vancouver needs 1.
Yep. Yeah, we need one to tie it up, or hope that we go to extras here. That one's going to be an infield single for Herb Sessions. Toby McMuffin up to bat, already had a 2-run homer earlier in this ball game, but that fly ball is not going to make it anywhere near out of the park. Taken care of by the left fielder Matata, and a ground into a double play by Dan King. 6-4-3 will retire to the side. Still tie at 6. Vandals fans hoping for extra innings. Sloths fans hoping for a run.
Derek Goffard drops one in front of the right fielder. There's the leadoff single. Goffard on first is your winning run. He takes off for second. He will be safe. Winning run now on second with Stan Antonio at the plate. Hard hit ball, center field, and that baby is gone! Stan Antonio walks things off with their 2nd home run of the day. That means San Antonio wins the division, takes the 2nd seed. Vandals will have to settle with the 4th seed taking on OBX.
Yeah. Yeah, we will. There's the box score. King George gets the win. Fuji gets the loss. Troy pressing the blown save. Stan Antonio, the player of the game, with 4 RBIs at the top of the Sloths order. And we're gonna head around the rest of the majors and get through these quick. We still got one more game tomorrow.
Nice high extras.
We do.
Aviators will win against the Crabs 4-3 in extras. A walk-off sac fly by Drakenberg. 3 for 4 day by Lemon. A 2 for 3 day with 2 RBIs by Hart Long. Only 6 hits a mess by OBX, but they did get 6 walks. On to the pitching. Beaumont gave OBX all with 7 1/3, 3 earned. Binkaden will take that win. Tachibana will take the loss in extras, and Bob Beaumont will be your player of the game.
I'm seeing poor AJ and sorry AJ in the chat, and it's kind of an overreaction because in all honesty, I'm ecstatic that we're headed back to the playoffs after a 5-season drought. But it would have been nice to get the division too.
I mean, I could make a tasteless joke and say Vandals lost 5 straight.
Yeah.
But you're back to the playoffs, which is more than what I can say. So.
Yup. I just want one game against the Sloths. Let's get win number 108, and I'll be happy. 7-3 surge over the Voyagers. 3 RBI for Sandy Taters. 2 RBI for Danny Gonzalez, 2 for We Done Boys. Law gets the win, Tokiyami the loss, Kevin Hunter the player of the game. None of these games matters except for the Apex Demons.
Boise smacks the Makos 10-1. Only 4 hits, 2 coming from Khan. Multi-hit days by Rodriguez, Bochin, Caruso, and Bodnar. Down to the pitching. Daly puts on an impressive performance, 7 and a third, 1 earned, takes the win. Michael Knightrider will take the loss, their 15th of the season. Shank Daly will be your player of the game.
AW saying congrats on the playoff series win. Listen, if
OBX versus playoffs,
if Boise can do it, maybe the Vandals can do it. We're hoping. 3-2, Nashville Stars take down the Novas in 12 innings. Nashville already out of the playoff picture, but want to throw a few last parting shots in there. Jebediah Crunk 3 for 3 ball game, 2 RBI for Jay Doctor, Dirk Diglett with the loss, C. Gripper with the win, Lucian Kuramochi with the Player of the Game award.
Game everybody was watching. The Apex will win 4-2 in extras, with 2 runs in the top of the 11th.
Wow.
Detroit tied it up in the 9th. Multi-hit days by Mouse with a mustache, Wash with a mustache, and Quinn on the side of Detroit. You have a 2-hit day by Stacking Paper. Down to the pitching. Countdown will take the hole. Bolanos will take the blown save and the win. Jack Brady will take the loss. Dogwood Maple, the starter for Indianapolis, will be your player of the game. Lol Blolanos. Ha ha ha.
All right, and we have the Rougarou taking down the Sea Serpents 4-2. There's the batting, 3 RBI from DeStefano Jr. is the biggest thing standing out to me here. Danny Sullivan gets their 15th loss for Seattle. Nakamura with their 15th win. Pleasant's the save. Nakamura, the player of the game, 7 innings, 2 runs given up.
And the final game of the day, the Toros will win versus the Scorpions 5-4, getting 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th to do it. A nice 3 for 4 day with 2 RBIs by Farley Hank. Good little send off there. Will Fisher with 3 for 4 day as well. On the pitching side, both starters will take the no decision. Roshi will take the win. Mace with the save. Washington with the hold. Winston Ingram with the blown save and the loss. And Stephanie Morgan, the starter for Death Valley, will be your player of the game.
I'm going to take a look at the standings real quick here. I'm going to update the ticker before we head down to the minors. So we have Legends West, San Antonio clinch. And then we have Detroit and Indy. Indy with the lead. Detroit is 1 game back. And we'll just take Sarasota off the ticker since we know that they can't win the division. So
okay, so Enoch says, everyone, clarification, there would not be a game 109 if Detroit and Indy tie. The current rule for tiebreakers is not for game 109 for division.
Ooh.
So there's a bunch of other tiebreakers and such that would go into it.
So yeah,
So
I don't know who has the tiebreakers then.
It would go for. It would have to be an insane amount of tiebreakers tied for it to go to a 109. Usually 109
Oh my
is
gosh.
for playoffs.
Okay, so all right, so I'm not sure if the Apex have the tiebreakers over the Demons because they might have already won the division if that's the case. Let's see, against the Demons, 2-1 in May.
Well, I can.
That's 3-3, 4
That's
and
pretty
5.
quick.
4 and 6, 5 and 6. So they would be tied in head-to-head if they win over Detroit here. So it would go to the second tiebreak if Apex won. Oh wait, no, Apex won. They just win out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So if the demons win, then it goes. So yeah, this is for the win then. Because if the demons win, they're tied in record, but the demons have the win in terms of
in the
head to
head-to-head.
head.
So this really is.
This literally
so the
determines it.
Yeah.
Well then, we got a game.
This is fun.
We'll take a look at the minors real quick. We're gonna go through these. Wheelers take down the Kingpins 7-5. There's the batting, 2 RBI for Crozier McCoy, 3 hits for Lane, 3 hits for Elroy. Dog with the win, save for Shigeno, loss for Mitch the T-Rex, Leroy Elroy the player of the game.
Matthews win against the Armadillo 7-2. 2 for 4 day with 3 RBIs for Dup. Multi-hit days for Shapiro and Barnold. Pitching side, Damian Jansen Crenshaw will take the win. This throwing dude will take the home. Rick Wallace with the save. Bell Delphine will take the loss, and Damian Jansen Crenshaw will be your player of the game.
Swift Steeds down the Bears here 2-1. 3 for 4 day for Dordovic with 2 RBIs, 3 for 3 for Sosa. Jet with the loss, Ride on Dirty with the win. Luka Dordovic, your player of the game.
Lemurs beat the Dynamos by a score of 4-1. Only 3 hits amassed by Dallas. A 4 for 5 day with 2 runs and 2 RBIs by Andrew Myth. Down to the pitching. Junk Ball will take the win. Triplet with the Holtz. Tsunami with the save. Redacted will take the loss, and Andrew Myth will be your player of the game. And this complicates things.
Hepcats down the Firehawks 3-2. 9 hits apiece. 2 walks for Vladimir Batista, 2 hits each for Encarnacion and Rodriguez. Thompson the loss, Schultz the win, Finn Schultz, player of the game.
Okay, check the minor standings because something might have changed here. Is there a game 109? Because they have an it's 6-6 in the head-to-head.
Oh.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. I can't wait to look at the clubhouse and be like, oh no.
Well, if it's for the division, I think it goes to tiebreakers.
Yeah, it goes. So
Because
the
they're
first
both already in the
tiebreaker.
playoffs.
So
they lost. So the first tiebreaker not relevant. Second, higher winning percentage in intra-division games.
I'll have to look that one up.
They don't have a 109 on the schedule, do they? No, they don't.
So if we advance, it should. Well, either way, you have to advance in order for it to generate 109. So we would have to. Well, for one, make sure you save this file.
Yes, I will go
Save
ahead.
check. Division win does matter because there is a bye in the first round. Second seed does. This is for second seed. This isn't about the division. This is about second seed. So yeah,
Bye
crew.
rule
This if this goes, this actually matters. Because second seed gets a bye in the first round. So
Enoch, you want to join the call and we'll talk about this real quick? Let me add Enoch to our call here.
'cause I can't easily find the second tiebreak. At least not in the index.
Oh, I need to. Okay, in order to start a group DM, we need to be.
You telling
We
me
all
you're
need
not
to be friends.
friends?
We all need to be friends. Friend everyone.
There's a lot here. There's a lot that could happen here. So
Enoch, accept my friend request. Love me.
um. Yeah, because theoretically you should be able
There
to
we go.
find
Enoch,
the.
create group DM.
Come on, Enoch. Hi, Enoch.
Hello, hello.
It's messy, ain't it fun? I like chaos.
Yes, it is quite messy, and by the letter of the rule, because based on the rule book, a PBE, not MLB. That's what it is. The game will generate a 109, I think, for Division. It definitely does for the majors because we actually have been doing a lot of the sims while you guys are doing all of this to find out if that was true. And according to forum, it was, and we definitely proved the fact that it does. Um, but as of right now, the PBE rulebook has a criteria for seeding and how that is handled when for playoffs, like how for ties and so forth. If right now we're still on the 14th. If we we have to jump forward a day anyways, assuming that everything is you guys done through the scoreboard and everything, right?
Yes.
Okay, so since you saved the game, we can advance one day. We advance one day, and what we would need to do, and it will probably show a game 109 for Chicago and Louisville.
Okay. I finished today. Chicago schedule. Yep, there
Okay,
it
so
is.
let's-
Louisville.
All right. So what we need to do is, we need to go into the settings to delete this game,
Okay.
and for Louisville and Chicago, we're gonna have to work out the math to figure out because I think you guys said I haven't looked yet. I think your head to head is tied too,
Head to head is tied to 6.
and the question that was never really answered because we have a balanced schedule, and we still probably have to follow those rules of the next one down, which is the which we need to sort out. I believe the next one is the winning percentage in intra-divisional
Yep.
intra-division games, which we'll have to sort that one out. And we might and I think we do need to update some stuff for the minors since the structure is a little bit different. So AJ, this is what I need you to do. You will need to get into the game settings. So you probably should block out your screen because it's going to ask you for the password.
Okay.
And we need to so it's probably just flip it to something else for now. And sorry, people, little bit of a house cleaning here. If you go into the league settings, and then go into oh crud, hang on.
So
Visual person.
so in intra-division means within your division, correct?
Within your division, yes.
Okay, because I'm solving this immediately. It's pretty snappy.
It doesn't matter. I probably need to reschedule the games anyway, so we take a look at it afterwards.
Chicago wins via intra-divisional.
Okay,
they have a
congratulations.
better winning percentage against the intra-divisional, therefore Chicago gets the second seed. Now it's just making it work in the sim.
Okay. So yeah, yeah. We're AJ, it's obviously not looking at your screen, so I have no idea what's going on. But there it is. Okay. All right. Sorry, people. I apologize for the wait. So go into options.
Okay.
And go into edit schedule, edit league schedule on the right hand side.
Okay.
And click on go to today.
Okay.
You are going to very carefully on the right hand side delete the game. We're not going to forward. This is the last day of the sim, so when we export, we're going to export out on this day, so I can set up the playoffs afterwards, to make sure that everything is right. So.
All right. So
and,
let's see. We'll go back to the scores. There's no game scheduled on the select.
No game scheduled.
So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the starting soon screen again.
Okay.
So people can see. There we go. All right. Game 109 is gone.
Yep. Game 109 is gone, and we're gonna we'll see. I guess Detroit and Indy, and see what happens there. But there's nothing you need to do because we're gonna export out at this day. So I'll remove the other game if there is a 109. Just click on File Save.
Yep.
To get rid of that.
There we go.
Get rid of that error.
All right. So there we go.
So yeah, something that we're chatting about there is like I said, I don't. This is what the rule is currently, and but yeah, we'll sort it out, no problem. So thank you. So sorry for the delay, and all the craziness. So I rooted for chaos, and this is what happens. So
well, thank you, Enoch, for jumping in and taking care of that.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, see ya.
Bye, Enoch.
My goodness, that is something. And I am currently trying and failing to kill an earwig that I just saw, but
Yeah. Uh-oh.
oh
Yeah,
well.
so Hummus, this whole debacle wasn't it was for the division, but it was really more about the second seed because both teams were tied for that spot, and the first and second seed get a bye in the first round of the playoffs. So we wanted to make sure that was right. So.
Yep.
Wow.
So we are all set with the minors now. Everything's set in stone down there. Majors,
Have fun.
we have one matter of business left to attend to.
Oh boy, everyone's
This
favorite.
is it. Everyone's looking at the casino. Everyone's looking for the Apex to win the division or Detroit to win the division through tie breaks. This is going to be an interesting one.
Oh boy.
Do we have a mod in the chat that would be able to run predictions, or should I just do it again?
Somebody joked and said, "Does the casino? Are we going to have a new casino head next year?" Because there's a little under 1 billion PBE dollars on the line of this game.
Wow, it's crazy.
It's like I think like 950 million or some ridiculous number. Yes, Dom, this is the final game.
Yep, Apex
Thank you.
Demons. Who won Vandal Sloss? The Sloss won and clinched it. It should show on the ticker. Hopefully, can someone confirm that it is showing that the Sloss clinched? Hopefully. Let me see. It should be showing up right now. Yep, SAS clinch. Yep, Sloss won the Legends West as the Vandals dropped their 5th game in a row at the very least. Maybe more. I don't remember. You know what's weird? Because like I did a whole bunch of testing last night, and it's like, hey, you got better chances with these modified lineups than you did with your previous lineups, and it still went down the drain. All right. Does the casino go broke today, aka Apex win? Yes, Indy wins or no Detroit wins.
We got to start putting in inflation, you know? Suddenly equipment is worth 50 million for Hall of Fame.
Oh my goodness. You know, one of the first things I said in like management chat when I became a GM, I think was like legend equipment or I think it was something along the lines of legend equipment tier when. Like put another tier of equipment in there.
Some insane level, like
Yeah.
100 million. Just something stupid.
Yeah, really separating out the max earners there. All
The
my points
goat
on Indy
tier.
says Steel. All in, let's go.
Oh boy.
This is
Yeah. Miz put over
Wow.
100K on this.
Submissions closed. We have 200 and around 90,000 channel points on this one, with 23 people voting. So this is it. This is for the division, Champions East. Would you rather the Apex or the Demons for this one, Moosey?
So I haven't commentated the Apex yet.
All right.
So I will take the Apex in this one.
All right then.
I will say in my head I have somebody I want to win just because of season predictions. Because you know I missed a primetime like a fool, and I've fallen behind Diesel in the season 22 TPE lead. So I need as much as I can get.
Who do you have? Who did you have?
I'm not gonna say.
Come on, you can say it. I'm not starting the
Nope,
game until
nope.
you say it. All right.
I had Detroit winning the division.
Ooh, all right. So, well, the Sim seems to think that Detroit may win this one with the head-to-heads, but we're going to go on into game, and Moosey's going to start us off with the Apex batting against Tim Galvin, the starting pitcher for Detroit. We are underway.
All right. Leading things off, bend over facing Tim Galvin. Dover's had a really solid season thus far. It's a dribbler to the mound. It will be an infield single to lead things off. That brings up Zach Mouse, hot hitter. He will go up the middle into center field. Dover races around and will make it to third. Runners on the corners now. Nobody out for Dustin Parmalee. And that ball is stopped by the third baseman. And a good strong throw will get him out, but it is a productive out as Indy will score on that RBI ground out. Jimbo Slice strikes out. They'll bring up Johnny Tsunami. Runner on second, 2 outs, and he will strike out swinging. Indy showing they are a threat. Scoring 1 early. The bottom 1.
Is it bad to say I hope this game goes to extras? That would just be like the pinnacle of of chaos. Michael Dion is on the mound for the Apex and will get Stacking Paper to ground out quickly to second base, excuse me. And Victor Herrera will line out to the third baseman. Scott Poe, ground ball to the shortstop, diving stop, and over to first, makes the play. Great glove work by Wander Franco, keeping that ball from reaching the outfield. 1-2-3 go the Demons. Apex still up 1-0.
Sailor Twift steps in to lead off the second inning. Ground ball over to third. Good throw. Will get that out. Brings up Jody Quinn. Jody fly ball over in the right field. Easy play out there for the second now. Wander Franco will get caught looking. Tim Galvin has a clean inning after giving up that 1 run. Bottom 2.
It's going to be Dinkle up first here with a high fly ball into right center field, taken care of by Tsunami. Stretch Armstrong and Danny B do up next. Armstrong will ground out to the second baseman. Sailor Twift taking care of that. Danny B is going to go down on strikes, and that will be another 1-2-3 inning. Demons bats going quietly so far through 2.
Bottom of the order coming up. Eagle Eyes will sky one out into right field. Easy catch out there by Yelnat. Brings up Dover. Ground ball to second base. Good throw. Gets him out. Zach Mouse flies one over the shortstop's head. Drops in front of the left fielder. He will be on with a 2-out single. Brings up Dustin Parmalee. He will be hit by Galvin. A little bit of control issues here, maybe. Bring up Jimbo Slice. 2 runners on. He will strike out swinging. Indy, though, threatening a bit now, getting runners on base, but none coming across.
Bottom third of the order for the Demons coming up against Dion. It's going to be Dimes popping out to Wander Franco in shallow left. Joe Burrow, the batter now, is going to go down on strikes, and we have Stanley Yelnats, the right fielder for the Demons, due up with the base paths clear and 2 away. And he's going to go down swinging on 3 pitches as Dion records his 3rd strikeout. Detroit with another 1-2-3 inning. Apex through the Demons lineup cleanly for the first time.
Bring up Johnny Tsunami. Second baseman Danny B makes a diving stop and will get that throw on over for the first out. Sailor Twift, hard hit ball, right fielder will reach up with the glove and take that one down. There's a Jody Quinn, a nice strikeout swing in there by Galvin. Cruising now after giving up that first run of the game.
Top of the Demons order coming back up. Stacking Paper is going to ground out. Oh no, that's going to go as an error. And Stacking Paper is safe at first. Herrera is going to ground out. That's going to be a 3-1 ground ball. Scott Poe will watch his Stacking Paper, takes his 40th stolen base this season. Scott Poe goes down on strikes. Haywood Dinkle up now. Grounder back to the pitcher, on to first, and he is out. So despite runner reaching base on an error, Demons go down after that in succession. Still 1-0 Apex as we head to the top of the 5th.
There's a Wander Franco. Good pitch by Galvin, gets him looking there. 3 strikes. This will bring up the designated hitter Eagle Eyes. Eagle Eyes with a hard hit ball between the third baseman and the shortstop will get on with a single. Bend over. Reaches for one. Left fielder is there to get that 2 down. Runner on first for Mouse. Mouse hits one high and far down left field, but a good catch out there by Dimes. Keeps the runners off out of the scoring position.
Armstrong B and Dimes do up here against Dion. Armstrong with a fly ball into right field. The second baseman right all the way back, almost to where the right fielder was to start the play for out number 1. Ground out to shortstop for out number 2 from Danny B, and Dimes goes down. Strikeout number 5 for Michael Dion. We're done. We're through 5.
Twiff said, "That's my ball there, boy." Parmalee will strike out, swinging on a full count pitch. Bring up Jimbo Slice. It's Galvin. Slice over to second base. Good throw to first. We get him out. Bring up Johnny Tsunami. Will drop one over at right field between the infielders. Brings up Twiff. Tsunami is off and running. He will be safe at second base. Twiff with a single up the middle. Tsunami coming around. Throw in, not in time. Twiff will take second on the throw. Indy scores another one. It's 2-0. Apex. Brings up Jody Quinn. Jody Quinn will take the walk as Duckworth Lewis enters the game. We'll bring up Franco. Franco over the shortstop. He'll throw to first to get that third out. It's 2-0. And we got something going here. Detroit needs something.
I want to point out that the Sloths have a no-hitter going against the Vandals in the out-of-town scoreboard, and yes, I will jinx that because I have no chill. Burrow with a single into right. Yelnats is going to ground into a fielder's choice. No double play there. Stacking paper, high pop fly as Sailor Twift heads back into the shallow center for out number 2. Victor Herrera is going to ground into a fielder's choice, and that's going to do it for the inning. Demons get their first hit of the ball game here in the 6th, but nothing else as we head to the top of the 7th for the Apex.
Indy is cruising now as Eagle Eyes will step up, drops one down the line, round first onto second with a lead off double. Top of the order, Ben Dover gets one all the way to the wall. Dover is racing around it. Coaches tell you to take your teammate's place. Dover did just that. Back-to-back doubles, score another run for Indy. We'll bring up Zach Mouse. Ground ball over the short, keeps that runner at second, but there's the first out. I'll bring up Parmalee. Parmalee over to the first baseman, tosses over to the pitcher, gets that second out. Runner now on third.
I
strikes out.
I was joking about the jinx, and the Vandals broke it up. Chat's pointed out. Oh no! Scott Poe is going to go down on strikes here. People saying I jinxed the Detroit no-hitter. No, or the Apex no-hitter. No, I did not. They broke it. Demons broke it up before I said anything about a no-hitter. Dinkle grounds out to third. Armstrong is going to ground out to short, and a 1-2-3 inning. Demons go down in order here. Michael Dion cruising through 7 as we head to the top of the 8th.
They might have thought I jinxed Indy, but I didn't say anything. I just said they had something going. So roll through. Johnny Tsunami. Fly ball, that's going to get all the way to the wall. It's going to be a lead-off double by Johnny Tsunami. Thomas Palmer now in the game for Detroit. Has to try to lock things down to give his team any chance of coming back in this one to take the division and the second seed. Ground up by Twift over second base and moves the runner up to third. They will walk Quinn intentionally. Brings up Franco. Franco will strike out. And it brings up Eyes. Eyes. Hard hit ball over into left field. That one is gone. A 3-run home run by the designated hitter, Eagle Eyes. India is now up 6-0, and the chat goes wild.
Spamming dollar signs.
Brings up Dover. Dover will strike out to Palmer here. Detroit has only 6 outs to get 6 runs.
What a time for your second home run of the season, says DG. Oh my goodness. Danny B with a single into right center. Detroit not quite going down quietly here. That's going to be a double, actually. I said single. Nicholson Dimes is going to beat that out on the infield throw. Or on the infield single, rather. Excuse me. Joe Burrow will get a base hit and an RBI. There goes the shutout. John Barron had entered the game anyway, so no complete game shutout for Dion, but still good through 7. Yelnats with a base hit and an RBI single. and that's going to cut the Apex lead down to 4 runs. It is 6-2. Stacking paper up with still no outs in the inning. That's going to be a double play turned 6-4-3 by the Apex. Victor Herrera goes down, strikes, and they're going to leave a runner stranded 90 feet from the plate. And to the top of the 9th, Apex looking to extend their lead. This is their last chance to do so.
They need insurance. Indy's looking to heat, or Detroit's looking to heat up a little bit. Mouse will ground out to the second baseman. That'll bring up Parmalee. Another ground out to the second baseman, Danny B. Jimbo Slice, last chance for any insurance over to the third baseman to first. We go bottom of the 9th. Detroit needing 4 to tie and send it to extras, or 5 to win the division and save the casino.
It's the heart of the order coming up to score 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th. Scott Poe will lead him off with a single. That's a good start to it. Haywood Dinkle now grounds it to third, over to second for 1, over to first, and that is a 5-4-3 double play. Just like that, Demon's chances got a lot slimmer here to win this one. Stretch Armstrong is going to take ball 4. Danny B grounded to third, over to second. This could do it, and that's the fielder's choice to end the game. 6-2 Apex.
Casino.
Dollar signs
You
in
get
the
money.
chat.
You get money. Everybody gets money to the moon.
Dollar signs
Casino
in the
head.
chat, everyone.
Fire the casino head. Get him out of here. The league is now so much richer. By the way, if
Apex.
you're looking to spend this money, slide on
My
down to my
goodness.
SIG shop. I make good stuff.
Apex are going to win this one. They're going to win the division. Michael Dion with the 11th win of the season. 7 innings of shutout ball. Galvin gets the loss. Michael Dion, your player of the game. Apex are going in as the number 2 seed in the Champions League.
They have to face Detroit.
Champions Conference. They will have to face Detroit again. Yes.
But they have home field advantage this time. So.
Yep. 35-1. Everyone's favorite. And as much as I would love to end the stream on that, we do have to go through the remaining box scores, so we're going to go through them quickly here. 6-5 Aviators win it over the Providence Crabs. There's the batting, there's the pitching. Sky with the win, Ginsburg the loss. Lions Riverboat, your player of the game.
Voyagers and Surge. Voyagers win 14-2. We got a pretty powerful 4-for-4 day with 4 runs and 3 RBIs by Rusty Kuntz. What a day there. Down to the pitching, Cowboy Flowers will take the win. Whole Horse will take the hold. Kyle Bellich Jr. takes the loss. Rusty Kuntz will be your player of the game.
Enoch saying we should do more terrible odds every season. We didn't win game 108. Oh well. That's 6 straight losses for the Vandals in this sim alone, I believe. And speaking of 6-0 is the final as this loss down the Vandals. Only 2 hits from Vancouver's lineup. Windsor gets the win, 7.2 shutout innings. Pat Rogers takes the loss. Stan Antonio, your player of the game, going 3 for 3. Absolute Vandal killer there with Stan Antonio.
The Raptors will win against the Mancos by a score of 6-4, racking up 15 hits in the process. 3 for 4 day by Johnny Pluto on the side of Boise. Down to the pitching. Waller will take the win. Toasties the hold. Paul with the hold. Riddle with the save. Nico Baldelli with the loss. Your player of the game is
Sorry.
maybe Johnny Pluto.
So I was going to choose the outcome here. Indy wins for the prediction.
Yep.
Complete.
Casino in shambles. We love it.
Sorry about that. All right, Stars take down the Supernovas here. 7-6 is the final after 12 innings of work. So this game was tied at 4 going into the 12th and ended up 7-6. What a game. There's the hitting. 2 RBIs for Torrent, Affert, Uswell, Johnson, and Crunk. Plummer with the loss, Rulu with the win, Io Torrent the player of the game.
Can I just say Miz won a lot of money on that, in addition to probably some casino money, so
Oh my gosh.
a lot of points that got distributed. New Orleans takes down the Sea Serpents by a score of 10-3. Hop on down, a 3-for-4 day with 2 RBIs by John Dowd on the side of New Orleans. J.R. Cook, the 3-for-4 day, 3 RBIs coming off of Geronimo. Maddox Jr. takes the loss. Mazeroski with the win. Jose 43 with the hole. Pleasance with the save. And Alejandro Geronimo will be your player of the game.
Beauregard's War was requested.
Gotta see it. 9.
Wow.
9-1.
I don't think I've seen.
That
I don't know if I've seen a war that high. What was first name, last names a few seasons ago?
it was like 8-1, 8-2, something like that. 8-4 says Eldorian.
8-4.
So that's quite a margin to break. Like, I'm trying to think of any like MLB players that have reached that height in recent history.
So Casey rigged the sim, right? Like real talk. Death Valley Scorpions take down the Cancun Toros 8-6. 3 hits each for Witt and Drozdov. 2 RBIs for Farley Hank. 4 RBIs for Dylan Hodge. Baxter the hold, Washington the win and the blown save. Shu the loss. Dylan Hodge your player of the game. Can you check minors war too? Because I think we broke majors and minors war this season. Was there a specific player, Enoch?
Santana Cruz, I believe,
Oh.
was leading coming into the sim. So you'd have to check that one. Minors.
Santana Cruz. Oh gosh.
Well, you can check records if you go to MILPBE and go down to league reports.
Oh, okay.
Season and career records.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we can see some of these lovely records that have been broken.
So single season, we're looking for 2040.
Santana Cruz did beat it with a 7.46 this season. Congratulations. Congratulations, Boom / Uzi. That's a lot. Dalcott there with the new new ERA record of a 1.824, which is still insane.
5 single season records were set this season for minors.
Yeah.
I'm seeing
by Chipper Sulkening.
Wait. 6. Yeah, OBP for Chipper Slokening. Strikeouts for Gibber. Wins above replacement for Cruz. Rafael Dalcott had the ERA. Shoto Todoroki with complete games. And then Booze Gooser with opponents OBP.
Nutty.
Wow. What a season for the minors. And that's all for recent players, says DG. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, the only recreate in that is Jabs. To my knowledge.
We had single season records set in the majors too, slugging percentage and OBP plus slugging percentage for Tom Shu. Happy birthday. There's that hits record.
Shu's lucky he's not in the same division as Beauregard.
Yeah.
Or in the same conference. So he would probably have lost MVP voting, even though he had this record-setting season.
Hits record, wins above replacement record, both for Beauregard. Hits allowed per 9. We're not going to talk about that.
8.99. Chill. Sham. It's a lie.
Wait, that's good. Wait, what?
Beauregard's war record is 8.99.
Oh no! They rounded up. Play another game so Beauregard can break 9.
Tristan Leung set the opponent's average record.
And
also the hits allowed
hits per
record.
9.
What in the world?
Well, I think that's lowest. I'd imagine. Yeah, it's
That's
lowest. Lowest hits per 9. So Long had a good season
Yeah.
too. So keep an eye on those players when you're doing your awards voting. I want to see this wins above replacement. So yeah, 8.41 was first name, last name. Then before that was Steve Gonzalez.
Tom Shu only had 7.56, man. What a bust. You set a record for OPS and you're not even that high. Like,
We're an
you're
amateur
tied in
hour
the
over here.
stand.
What a
Come
rookie.
on.
What a rookie. Amateur hour.
Can't even can't even hold 5th place by yourself.
I'm just kidding. I love you, Shu. All right.
we,
So
we love you in this
so that'll do
household.
it for the regular season. We're done. We're done. Standings. Standings. There we go. We got the number in the Legends. Number 1 seed Aviators. Number 2 seed the Sloths. Number 3 seed the Voyagers. Number 4 seed the Vandals. And in the East, we have the number 1 seed the Rougarou. The number 2 seed the Apex. Number 3 seed the Demons. Number 4 seed the Supernovas. Down in the Minors, we have the Hepcats. What was that?
Hepcats 1 seed, Chicago 2 seed, 3 seed for the Lemurs, 4 seed for the Firehawks, the 5th seed for the Bears, and the 6th seed for the Mounties.
What a great season.
What a season indeed.
Wow.
Big records broken this season. You got OPS, slugging, WAR, ERA records.
Absolutely
OBP.
bonkers.
Yeah, both WAR records were broken for batting this season. So you can tell it's quite the season.
I saved Game Enoch. You can stop yelling at me now.
Oh, did you win the Triple Crown? Look at that. Shu won a Triple Crown. Go Shu.
Hey! Way to go, Shu! What a great birthday present. Triple Crown. Alright, well, we are done with the regular season. We're done with this stream. Just doing the upload, and then we'll be out. In the meantime, I'm going to update this notepad so we can...
Yeah, Shu, all you have to do is 3-peat, and you're like GOAT. GOAT status right there.
There we go.
That's
Tracker
going to be
should
hard to
updated
do.
now. So, yeah.
This was a fun one. A little over, 3 hours now?
Yeah, I kind of expected this was going to be a longer one with all the games that we were playing. How many games did we play total? Let me pull out the thing from the trash that I crumpled up.
We didn't play as many as you were thinking we would have to play, but
Well, there was a max of 11, which would have been if Nashville was just absolutely going nuts.
I think we played like 6 or 7 games. Or at least I know there were at least like 5 or 6 in the majors alone, and then there was that one minors game.
3, 4, 5, only 6 actually. It looks like.
6. Okay, so 5 majors, 1 minors. Not bad.
Yeah. All right. So actually a fairly normal
absolute
stream.
chaos all the way to the end. You know,
Absolutely.
I mean, this is a record-setting stream. We had hits record, WAR records for both leagues, ERA record in the minors. We broke the casino.
Oh man. Yeah, we had to go in and delete game 109, and that little checkbox that I checked off stream that said rig for Vandals for game 108 didn't work. So maybe you need to fix that in the future, Enoch. Fix that rig for Vandals checkbox, please. Thank you. But yeah, it's good stream for everyone except for Vandals fans.
Do we know he's doing playoffs game 1?
Yes. Let me double check on that. I believe I know who it is, but I want to make sure before I say anything stupid. It is J Steel and Blow Pop on Tuesday, so be sure to tune in for Playoff Stream 1. That will be this coming Tuesday, July 20th. Stream time unknown as of yet, but they will post that soon. Probably Monday, I would guess.
I assume it's going to be probably about 5 or 6 Eastern is probably my guess, just because Steel is West Coast.
Yeah, that would make sense, yeah.
But it's going to be a fun one that day.
Oh, man. It's going to be a stressful one for me.
Yeah, I know. I get to sit back and relax for a day and then probably die game 2 again, like what happened last season with the game 7 walk-off to get to the World Series.
Yeah, it's...
I mean,
man.
Baseball's a game of who gets hot at the right time.
Yeah.
It's the same with like the NHL playoffs. If your goaltender's hot, you're bound to win. That's how the Canadians made it all the way to the Cup. So it's like you just got to get hot, and
yeah.
Right now you're not, but
yep.
Things can turn it around. You know, team meeting, talk everybody into it, and just go out and crush. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, what we did, we got all of our losses out of our system this stream. Like, we're just gonna win out straight to the World Series.
Just go. What is it? Five, five. So 3, 7, win 11 games.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do that. We could win 11
3, 4,
straight.
4. I mean, anybody can win 11 straight.
It's true. Yeah.
I've seen teams have insane double-digit win streaks during the season. So it's like, why not during the playoffs?
Yeah.
Van, I do agree. We should cancel regression. Regression is theft. Uh,
No, you really want Gustav Beauregard to be this good all the time? I mean, come on. I shouldn't say that,
just
Casey.
after a certain time, they just get deleted.
I shouldn't. Yeah, I shouldn't say that. Casey's my updater. I don't. I
Casey's gonna make some interesting updates for you this weekend.
Casey,
Now
no,
that you say
please. Gustav Beauregard should be great forever. Please.
that. Hey, Mike, nice of you to join us. You pitched a gem in the final game. You broke the casino, so.
Well, Van, there's
Man.
there's an answer for that. I mean, I don't want to say it but there's an answer.
There is an answer. It's another R word. So. It's what I had to do over in ISFL. So.
Yeah. I don't want to think about that. My player's entering regression for the first time this coming season.
I'm still a ways out from regression, but regression is gonna be yike.
Yeah. It'll be
At least it's nice over here. Like regression doesn't hit you too hard the first year versus you go over to like the ISFL and that regression just kills you immediately. It's like, oh, suddenly I'm under 1,000. How did this happen? Yeah, we should just round up. Round up to the nearest 1,000. That's how I should do it.
Alex Johnson gonna go from bad to worst. He already
So
was worst. What are you talking about? He can't go worse than worst.
Yeah, so regression
It's a
starts.
bomb.
You hit regression and have to calculate regression in your 10th season following, your draft season. So that's why you have the little number in front of your name so that tracks it. Regression hit hard after a while.
Oh man, fan of this one because
Dude, Irish goat right there. 250 plus TP. Oh,
yeah.
I always tell rookies who have sat down for a while that's like you don't understand the greatest feeling in the entire sim league world is that unbank as soon as you're called up.
Well, about that, Fuji wasn't called up this season.
No, but I'm just saying it's like that.
That's fair. Yeah, that's
You've
true.
been earning in the background. It's like when you have 2, 3, sometimes even 400 TP just to shove
Yeah,
into
when you
your
have
player. It's just something about it.
Yeah, when you have that big update, yeah.
Instantly just get gratification, and then you just kind of coast being bad for the rest of the season because you're a rookie.
Oh man, I got a lot of testing to do over the next few days. Got
I get to-
aviators.
I luckily get to rest, but not for very long.
Why
so-
do we have aviators?
I mean, regular season aviators is very different from playoff aviators. So
Yeah. 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 I mean, I'm just still scared of that rotation.
yeah, Van. Relief pitchers definitely have it a little bit easier when it comes to regression, just because you don't need as much TPE to be good. It's definitely one of the more, like, not as much of a max earner favored positions. Really helps, but if you're a max earner, you just can become dominant for 3, 4 seasons after you've hit regression.
I just had a scary thought, and I've been staring at my keyboard, thinking about it for like 10 seconds. I'm gonna look into the future here. I might if Justin Ripsbod, who we traded to the Outer Banks Aviators to start our rebuild, knocks us out of the playoffs, I might cry.
Oh,
If Shorax goes like perfect game against the Vandals to knock us out,
you would die and just you would do the R word.
I heard
No,
this.
no, we wouldn't go that far. We wouldn't hit that. But that's
Ah.
pretty insane when especially when you've traded somebody and then suddenly it's just oh.
Now I'm getting really scared about that.
Yeah. And then
Oh,
Hummus
man.
makes his return to the playoffs. So
Yeah.
the commission, the playoffs. We'll see how that works out. You got a tough road ahead. You got to face Nola. Nola ain't a pushover by any stretch, but it's the playoffs. Anything can happen. Anybody can win.
You know, Hummus, if you had come to Vandals in the off season,
I think
like we offered you, you still would have made the playoffs. Just saying.
Oh,
No, it's not
jeez,
tamper. No, it's not tamper because I'm not offering him to come to Vandals this coming season. I'm saying in the past we offered him a contract.
Yeah. Hummus's off season was eventful, from what I heard. Let's talk about the past. Oh, so sorry, AJ, you're getting canceled right now. It's just
Listen, if
one
they
note.
want, listen, I would love to try. I would love to see them try to punish that comment. Like, come on.
It's
It's
in
not
the
a current offer. It was an offer. I was referencing an offer that was in the past with season 25 off season.
and then Hummus signed with Sarasota.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, but some interesting. So I don't know if you follow the NHL at all.
Not as much as I should.
I mean, I got a notification, very interesting notification here. So the Nashville Predators have traded defenseman Ryan Ellis to the Philadelphia Flyers for defenseman Philippe Myers and forward Nolan Patrick. That's an expansion draft trade if I've ever seen one. Jeez. Oh no, DG, look away. DG, no. But you get Ryan Ellis, and Ryan Ellis is pretty good defenseman. So.
Alright, so we should be almost good here with the upload. Just go ahead and do the second part of this real quick.
Yeah, DG, I'm an Oilers fan, so my off season has been great so far. Oh, man. Jeez. Who is the overall 1 seed? OBX or
Good question. Let me check the standings.
OBX.
Oh.
Oh, is it tied? Who is the one? Well,
Game
we'll find out,
109!
right?
No, I'm kidding.
Game 109 just said he was 1 seed.
I imagine we go to head, which I don't know.
They didn't play each other. I can look this up real quick. That's very easy to find in the index. Team versus team, head to head. New Orleans. They're
Tied
tied.
2-2.
They're tied.
Interesting. So we go to the second tiebreaker then, which I don't even know what that is.
It's your division record. Which
I think so, yeah. Index is updated, by the way, everyone. So I will go ahead.
I
and post
think
it.
intra-division goes to New Orleans just because that me being in that division is a pushover. So I think New Orleans has the overall 1 seed. Don't quote me on that. I think it's not certain, but knowing what we know about the tiebreakers, NOLA should have the 1 seed overall. But we might not ever see that come to pass. You never know when somebody's going to get knocked out before they make the World Series.
Whoops, I posted a incorrect link. There we go.
Yeah,
Added a slash in there by accident.
NOLA is 12-0 against DVS this season. I just found out. 12-0.
Everyone say game 109.
Yes, game 109. Let's have it. Game 109. Let's go. I
Oh
mean,
my
that
goodness.
would help you, AJ. You should favor game 109 there.
Yeah, do it. And then
They'll burn through their one starter.
109, and then don't reset fatigue for those two teams specifically. Thank you. All right, well, the index is updated. Our job here is done. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Moosey, for joining me on the cast. It was
Yeah.
excellent having you.
Thanks for having me. It's been fun. I love doing these types of streams and stuff. So
Absolutely.
good luck to you in the first round.
Thank you, and good luck to your Kingpins as well. And
Trying to not make it the fourth World Series we've lost. So, but this is our sixth season making the playoffs in a row, and my fifth season as manager making the playoffs. So
well, fingers crossed for you. And
as long as you don't have to face the Hepcats.
thank you to the mod team and to the chat for sticking around this long. It was excellent hosting you. And once again, stick around on Tuesday. Tune in for J Steel and Blow Pop on the first playoffs stream. These are going to be some good ones. Hope you all have a excellent afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are. Have an excellent rest of your day, and we will see you later.